Let's get right to it, everybody. Hello and welcome to the stream. My name is Kismet. They call me the Wasteland Tycoon, and we're ready to get right to it. Look at that 5-minute startup. Everything going good for now. You never know. It's going to go off the rails for sure. It's a Kismet stream. Speaking of, let me press some buttons here. We're going to get into it. We're going to play some 76. We're going to do some wandering tonight. We'll see if my crew comes on. If my crew comes on, we'll go out and we'll fire off some nukes or get into some trouble. But I feel like wandering, going around, seeing what's in the lore of the game that we haven't explored yet. Wander the edges of the map as we do. And of course, later on, we'll be playing some WoW Classic as well. I can't wait to get into that. I'm so hyped and excited for TwitchCon coming up in about a week now, about 10 days, a little less than 10 days now, 9 days away. Super excited. I hope you guys are too. I hope to see you there. I'll be there with my epic mods. Thanks to all of you who have donated to get my mods to TwitchCon. This year is going to be the year of just having fun. That's what we're going to do this time. I don't have any obligations. I did get offered to do the Twitch Rivals. I appreciate the offer for the Twitch Rivals, but since I'm not streaming live from the show, and since I'm not doing panels or anything like that, I just said, you know what? Let's just have some fun. Let's just have some fun this year. We're going to go there. We're going to wander around. We're going to meet all of you guys, of course. Hopefully, you guys can hunt down my mods or hunt me down. We'll be wandering around. I'll be going to the sessions for once. Yay! I'll be going to sessions. I'll be talking, of course, to some of my sponsors while I'm there and a whole bunch of other epic people. I'm sure other streamer pals that I know. We'll be having just a good time. I'm going to be going to the beach at some point. Of course, I'll be also handing out some cool stuff to all of you. So hunt down my mods and they'll hook you up with some free stuff. Yeah, I know. It's nothing more fun than getting free swag when you're wandering around convention. It's part of the mission. You get free swag. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, we'll be wandering around getting into trouble. But first, let's say hello to those epic people who are behind the scenes. The heroes behind the scenes. My awesome mods. I can see Chewy is already in the chat right there. He's been with me for a very long time. One of my senior mods. Show him that Chewy love in the chat. If you got a Chewy emote, throw it in there. We still haven't done those emotes yet. We got to get those emotes where you guys can use the Chewy emote in the chat. As well as, of course, we got the awesome Game Killer coming in later. Boss moding. Whoa, he's doing like a long shift. He's boss moding the stream later. Appreciate all of my mods. They do work very hard behind the scenes, doing a whole lot of stuff. Chewy handles our schedule, make sure that everybody, is coordinated, that everybody is here to help out in the stream. So, pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I put my chair down. Hold on. There we go. Thank you, Raz. Raz noted that I put my chair down. I was cleaning my office. So when I put my chair down, I guess I was down a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, the desk didn't get higher. I got lower in my desk. I put it all the way down, then you can push it under your table. Mine, I can't push under the table when it's up like this. So good observation. Thank you very much. I don't really ever even notice. So let's see who's here in the chat. First one in the chat tonight is Blaring Fire. Show him 1,000 kiss caps of love right there, Chewy. Who else we got? We got Raz coming in with the hellos in a whole bunch of different ways. He's got the Kismet one. He's got Kira Karelia, who's an amazing streamer. War Witch as well, another one. And Gob Salute. Not sure I know Gobs. I'll have to check that one out. I'll have to check that one out and see who that is. Bankmist says, so I got ganked at the workshop again. Uh-oh, Bunkmist. Uh-oh. What were you doing? Were you just chilling out or boom? This time I wasn't even trying to defend one. Was with a friend who had it and we were defending it against attacking enemies and the guy came in, contested the workshop while we were defending the enemies, then one shot me. Oh, man. That's why I don't get involved in any of that. I don't get involved in any of that. I feel like that's a huge waste of adventure mode. If they want to put that in survival mode, add it to survival mode, go ahead. I don't mind. Go ahead and add it over there, but take it completely out of adventure mode. Make it into a settlement that you take it over and it becomes your settlement and you can build it. And while you're online, it's on there. But you just have to know that you need to store everything before you go offline. Then you can, of course, get all your resources back. But, see, if you build a bunch of stuff on one of those things, you go offline, you lose all that stuff. That stuff's gone. So, good to know. Good to know that info before you get involved in that. I go back and forth. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to take one of these junk things over today. And I think it's not worth it. It's not worth the aggravation of some jerk coming along and, one-shotting you and blowing up all your stuff and just griefing you for no reason. I mean, go to the survival mode if you want to take on other people. Why come in here to adventure mode where most people are doing PvE? I call this more like PvE mode than adventure mode. But I think they should take all of that out. Remove it completely from the adventure mode. But, you know, they haven't got around to it. They're too busy doing other stuff. They gotta get that stash fixed, though. They gotta A-team that stash. I know they got a ton of amazing people that work there. Hundreds of people that work at Bethesda, that work over there, that could make that happen. There is somebody out there, and if they don't got them, they need to find that person in the world or that team in the world and hire them suckers and say, look, I got you one task, and one task only. Make it so my players can have more stash space. Go to it or you're fired. Now find someone who's better. That's what I would do. I would say go to it, baby. And get them in there to get that solved. That's what I do, number one. Hey, El Fuzzy Dots, what's up? Super excited to be here tonight. I'm all rested up. Second Class Elite is coming in with a host at the top of the stream. What the heck? Oh, man, I don't have my alerts on when I'm here in my overseer's office. I'll replay it here in a second. Show Second Class Elite some love, everybody. A good friend of mine, awesome streamer pal. Wish I was meeting him at TwitchCon this year as well. Super sweet guy. One of my wrestling pals. I'm Ric Flair. He's the Macho Man. We're the Dream Team. We go out there. We get people in headlocks and off the top turnbuckle. We get her done. Hey, Tasha Prime says this is a Second Class Elitist raid. Welcome, welcome. Look at all those awesome peeps. In the chat. Thanks for being here. He's got the Macho Man style emote. I love the red hat. I love the red outfit. Awesome. This is a raid. This is a stack up. Hey, Morden, thanks for coming in on that raid. Yeah, it doesn't come up when I'm just starting up the stream. Thank you so much for coming in and joining my channel. My name is Kismet. They call me the Wasteland Tycoon. I play a lot of Fallout. I play tons of World of Warcraft right now, classic. We've been playing Satisfactory. I love me some 7 Days to Die. I love survival games. Heck, I like any really type of game. I'm a huge gamer. I'm the OG, the original gamer. Since gaming began back in the day. That's right. I played the very first console called the Magnavox Odyssey back in the day. And ever since then, I have loved gaming my entire life. But I was a graphic designer for 25 years. Worked for some of the top companies in the world, including Apple. And I got a funny thing on Twitter. From, who was it? H2O, I think it was, who said, Kismet, do you still get your Apple discount since you used to work at Apple? I do not still get my Apple discount. Once you leave Apple, they no longer give you a discount. I sadly had to step down due to my medical conditions, and I've spent the last 5 years working on my medical conditions, lost 50 pounds, worked on my vertigo and my ability to move around and get from place to place, and now I can go to cool places like TwitchCon, though my mods do kind of watch me like a hawk in case I fall down. But I can do amazing things again, and that's all because of all of you. That's because of your love. Coming here in the stream, getting me motivated to come here and stream every day and work on my health and work on being stronger every single day. I appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you coming to my channel. So if you like that, if you like some positivity in your day, hey, Ali Alcatraz, what's up? If you like that in your day, I see Boss Man in the chat too, then hit that follow button. We like to send a lot of positivity out here in my stream. Hey, the Gaming Skulls, what's up? Thanks for being here. Starting you off right, buddy. Maybe next year. Well, actually, I don't think I'm going next year. I realize that next year is my 50th birthday. That's right. I'm high level in real life. So I think I will be going on vacation next year, and I don't think I'll have enough to do both. So maybe no TwitchCon next year. We'll see. Maybe I'll squeeze it in. I don't know if it'll be at the level I did this year, where I spent 88 days in a row, almost 600 plus hours streaming live here on Twitch every single day to get my mods to TwitchCon. So you look for them while we're there. You guys can get some epic loot, some Kismet loot drops while you're there. Well, I'll be sending all those out. And of course, my mods will be wandering around with them and all that kind of fun stuff. So we'll get it going on. Geeson coming in as well. Hello, Coldest Cone. Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. The Macho Man. There we go. Kismet gave back when it was only black and white, or at least black and green. That's right. It was actually white and green. It was white and green text you would have on those old monitors. You know how you sometimes you see those screenshots of the green monitors? I have a great one of a game called s.p.e.c.i.a.l, where I made $1 trillion. $1 trillion in this game called s.p.e.c.i.a.l, and I stopped on the day that I was actually playing the game. It starts in the 1700s, and I stopped on the day I was playing, and I got $1 trillion when nobody even knew what $1 trillion was. That was back in the 70s or 80s, way back then. Long time. I think it was in the 80s. I think it was like 86 or something like that, a long time ago. So yeah, Tai-Pan is one of my favorite games of all time. If I had the money and the resources, I would remake that game as a modern game today. I think it would be an amazing game, but I don't. I'm too busy streaming and take care of my wife and family. Been with my wife for 26 years. I have 3 beautiful daughters. I have twins who are 11, and my oldest daughter is 14. And we like to get into some trouble up in here, and it's about time that we do so. Let's get into it, everybody. Let's get into some gaming. Let's go. All right, we're in some 76 here. We're going to do some wandering. Now, this is to your guys' health. I've been being very good, drinking my water. I should be sponsored by Aquafina. I'm always showing them off on stream. So much junk. Take a big swig of water. You're supposed to drink about 8 of these a day. If you do, I'm telling you, you're going to feel a lot better. Maybe you'll lose 50 pounds like I did every single day. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got to go stealth boy. Oh, I got to show you guys the coolest thing I just discovered. Hold on. I'll be right back. I know, cool, right? I'm the only one who's got a stealth boy on Twitch. It comes from Fallout, by the way, if you're not familiar with Fallout. Now, I have discovered the cool thing. Now, speaking of health, I forgot to do this. I had it in my fridge earlier, and I thought, man, I'm going to show this on stream. What I did is I instead of eating candy, I'm a big fan of M&Ms and terrible candy and ice cream sandwiches and all of that. But what I did is I did something called substitution, where you substitute something that's not so great for you, like way too much candy, and you substitute for something that's fairly better for you, right? So what I did is I went out and I started eating strawberries and grapes instead of having M&Ms and whatnot, what I'd have here in the thing, right? And instead of having, Dr. Pepper, which is my cherry Nuka-Cola, I stopped drinking soda. I can have it anytime I want. Oh, I bumped my thing. I can have soda anytime I want, but I don't want that 10 pounds back. That's what I don't want. And I've had a little bit of soda, but just kind of spread out. But I found these today. Now, check it out. They're grapes, right? They're grapes, but they're cotton candy grapes. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. They taste like cotton candy. It's amazing. My kids, of course, saw it, and they go, oh my gosh, those cotton candy grapes. No kidding. Check it out. Cotton candy. And if you get them, they're by Grapeberry. And they're like, I like seedless green grapes. That's the ones I like. Right, there it is. All right, the real deal. They taste like cotton candy. I mean, that blew my mind. My kids, of course, have tried them before. I've never tried them before. So I've been having those. So it's like having candy, but it's good for you, right? That's what you do. You try to do some substitutions. It's not easy, right? Because, everybody else is eating pizza and beer and steak and all of that. And you're like, oh, man, I really do want a steak. I really do want the pizza. I really do want all of that. But you know what's way better is when you don't have all that weight to carry around or that extra energy. That's what fat is, by the way. It's extra energy. It's like battery packs that your body carries around to be used when it's necessary for your body to use. When you start to burn that excess weight off by substituting food, or once you start to lose a little bit of weight, like 5 pounds or 10 pounds, you start feeling a little inspired, then you can go ahead and you can start to walk a little bit. That'll help you a little bit. Then you can start maybe going to the gym like I started to do, and then started working with a personal trainer eventually, and then started getting stronger and stronger. Now I'm stronger than ever now, for better than the last 5 years, except for my throat there a little bit. But yeah, it's really awesome. Yeah, Specimen accidentally unfollowed. Specimen followed me forever. That's called an accidental unfollow. And thank you, Tasha Prime, for the follow as well. I appreciate you all coming in. Ate some carne asada tacos and got a lot of exercise. That's what you do, extracurricular. That's what you do. You find that good balance, right? Don't say you're never going to eat something again, because you know why? Because you are going to crave that like crazy. I don't, do fad diets or anything like that. I just try to be reasonable, right? I look myself in the eye every day and say, take better care of yourself. And that's what, there's no one who's going to lose that weight but me. No one's going to do it for me. It can't be done by somebody else. It's got to be done by you. No one's going to build up that strength. No one's going to get to that point. Because I was almost to the point, because I had my vertigo, I was trapped in the bed for like a year. So I got really, really weak. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything because of my vertigo. I couldn't drive. I couldn't spend time with my wife and kids. I was literally trapped in the bed. It's like being trapped in jail. It's like the scariest thing ever. Because you realize that this could be the rest of your life. You could be stuck in the bed for the rest of your life. So you just start yearning for just the most basic stuff in life. Like going up and down stairs is like my nemesis right now. Which is funny because my office is up on the second floor. So I have to find a way of doing all that stuff again. I spent years relearning how to do that with my medical conditions, and I can get around again, and I can do fun stuff like playing games and doing the things that I love to do, like hanging out with all of you. And I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you coming in, showing the stream some love. We're going to get into some trouble right now. Actually, I need to get out of my power armor. Let's get out of the power armor here. And let's get it going. Now, sometimes I'll mute the stream just so that, so we don't have to listen to the robots yap on and on. Now, here's a really cool thing right here, which is a scavenger station here, which you can just go ahead and just pick. It's just getting you loot all day, every day. I like that. I like free loot. This is why they call me the Wasteland Tycoon, by the way, because I make that big, big money in-game. And we're going to go replay that again right here. Bam! We got second class elitist. Thanks again for that awesome host. Let's give him another shout-out. Good streamer pal of mine. Show him some love, as well as let's go ahead and show some love here to Tasha Prime and, of course, Specimen coming in. Must have accidentally unsubbed or unfollowed. I know he's been followed forever. It kind of sucks when that gets messed up, right? Like when your sub streak gets messed up or your follow streak gets messed up because you accidentally unfollow and refollow. Sorry about that, bro. I don't make it. I just work here. I just stream. I don't make the tools. There we go. Oh, man, but carne asada tacos sounds good. I hope you bought enough for the whole class. Because, I'm sure lots of people in the chat right now want some of those carne asada tacos. Oh, especially like, are they homemade tacos too? Do you play Borderlands, s.p.e.c.i.a.l? I do not play Borderlands. I have played it before. Borderlands 2, super fun game. Looter shooter, my style of game. But I have not got into the Borderlands 3. I actually hear there's a lot of issues with it. Surprise, surprise. I'm sure there's not the gigantic backlash that Fallout 76 received when Borderlands 3 is having issues. But you know what? Every single game has issues. Every single game that's ever been launched ever. It's like a surprise to everybody else. It's not a surprise to me. I know it's going to have issues on launch. Every single game does. World of Warcraft was a dumpster fire. If you were there for the WoW Classic launch, or you're still doing WoW Classic, where you're in an hour and a half or 4 hours or 10-hour queue, where you're waiting to get onto the server, that's the classic experience, right? Because you knew back in those days, the servers would go down left and right, stuff would be crashing, you couldn't log in, you had these long queues, you'd be in the middle of something, you would get glitched out, or the whole thing would get screwed up after like 2 hours of raiding, or 10 hours of rating or whatever it was, right when it launched. And the same thing with 76, had issues on launch and whatnot. But the smart thing is, here's the two ways to do good development of a game. One way is you say, well, what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with our game, right? You do that, that's the biggest mistake. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to act like there's no problems. You want to go in and say, look, we see there's issues. We're working on these issues. Here's what we're working on. And you come up like Bethesda does, who does it right, who communicates to your players and say, look, this is what we're working on. This is what we're going to do all this stuff, right? And of course, we got Wastelanders coming up very, very soon, which is cool. That's what you do. You communicate with your players and say, look, we're working on this. We're working on that. And that's why I give them lots of love for doing that. Because a lot of game companies do. They just say, what are you talking about? I thought everybody loves to pay to win. Everybody loves to pay $60 for a game and then another $400 in microtransactions. No, we don't. If you have a great game, I'll buy microtransactions. I don't mind at all. Some of those microtransactions are not micro, by the way. Some of those microtransactions are mega transactions. They're like $100 or $200 or $500. Those are mega transactions. Those are like cash money transactions. I don't know who you're fooling with that. Like $1 or $5 maybe. That's even high end. That's a microtransaction. I would not say $100 or $500 being a microtransaction. There you go. There you go. So Kismet, do you play the Fallout to get the memory of these old-timey screens we started on? I kinda, yeah. I mean, totally. I mean, this is it right here. This is how games used to be, like this. This was it. And actually, it used to be more than this. See, I was there when Pong dropped. I'm old school, bro. I used to play the Odyssey, by the way. What you would do is you'd get these plastic overlays for your square TV. Remember the old square TVs? And you'd put it on there, and then you'd, flatten it out, and you'd have a little white square, and you'd run it through the little ghost house, and somehow it knew where you were at, and it would do what rooms you were in, and the little ghosts would come after you, which were other squares, and they would come after you. And that was the high-res graphics back in the day. Cotton Candy Great are great frozen. Ooh, Boss Man. Ooh, I'm going to try that. Ooh, I'm going to try that for sure. By the way, you can get Taipan, their second class elitist, on your mobile phone. I have it actually on my phone. By the way, getting the new iPhone 11, the Pro Max, switching over because I have the upgrade plan, right? Where you buy a phone and then if your new phone comes out like a year later and you want to get that phone instead. I always try to get iPhones right when they come out. Because what happens when they come out, even if they're more expensive, the value that you get if you have it through the whole entire cycle is more than if you buy it secondhand or you buy something like that. Of course, if you can't afford it brand new, I just make payments on it forever. For years. And then by the time I'm almost done with my payments, then another one's out. That's how they get you into that cycle. But usually I keep mine for a couple years. I think this one is a 7 or an 8 or a 10 or I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's oh no, this one the 7 I gave to my daughter. This one's a 10. So yeah. So I got that one about a year ago. So I'm getting a new one. So I like Borderlands. Borderlands is my type of game. I would normally play it, but everybody's playing it right now. I'm not really into it right now. I'm about to go to TwitchCon as well, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to play it. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to opt out. Maybe I'll come back and retro play it later. But you know what? I'll just let everybody else play it. That's fine. That's fine. I'll play what I love to play, which is Fallout, which is World of Warcraft, which is Satisfactory. 7 Days to Die is also... I think 7 Days to Die might be this weekend because that's the only weekend they got left. Because they can't do it this weekend, right? Because of Borderlands. They can't do it the weekend after next weekend because that's TwitchCon. So this weekend must be Alpha 18. We'll see. I'm part of the Alpha 18 stream team, so I will be doing it early over the weekend, which would be super fun. Hopefully you guys will come back and see us doing some Alpha 18. 7 Days to Die, one of my favorite games of all time. Incredibly fun. Which is amazing because it's not even out yet. It's not even out. It's still an alpha after all this time. Extra Crystal with a lull. You play games long enough, you get to understand that no game is flawless. Exactly, because you know why? And this is the same thing with an iPhone, because, I used to work at Apple, so I was a senior tech there. I work on a lot of Black Ops projects that I can never tell you about, or like all of a sudden Apple, assassins will appear out of no NDA assassins will come and get me. Even if you don't work there anymore, you signed that NDA, so... Once you sign that, and plus, I keep that as a trust thing, right? If I give my word, nobody knows, and not even my wife. I won't tell my wife, and the great thing about having sleep apnea and vertigo is if you tell me your secrets, I'm probably going to forget them anyway. That's why I'm a great secret person. You can tell me all your secrets. I'm not gonna remember. So yeah, back in the pre-internet days, when game shipped broken, it was broken. Patches weren't a thing, and you were stuck. Eventually they started sending out patch floppies. Back in the day, by the way. You could get those if you contact the company. I'm out of Kismet candy. Oh, no, Anon. I guess you're going to have to see us at TwitchCon. I guess you're going to have to hunt us down. Cyberpunk 2077. Did you know that I bought Cyberpunk 2077 just because of how well they're treating their customers? I don't know nothing about Cyberpunk. I know zero. Somehow I missed it. That's my type of thing, too. That's my type of game. I don't know how I missed Cyberpunk. I mean, that's cool, man. That's an awesome-looking game. But I bought it just for one reason. Just because they're giving you in the standard edition what you used to get old school. The old school way. Like when I got Ultima 4, my favorite game of all time, the RPG that started it all, the very first RPG, by the way, the Godfather, the grandfather of all RPGs today, the grandfather of Fallout, the grandfather of all MMOs of today, made by the amazing Richard Garriott, aka Lord British. That's when I knew I loved gaming, because I opened up that box and inside there was a big old cloth map was a translator guide where you would translate the runes on there and had a card that you flipped out and had a thing in the back. I still have all that stuff to this day, by the way. It's one of my most prized possessions. And I still have all of that stuff. Oh, I'm suffering from dehydration. I see Chewy trying to help me in the chat. That's okay. If I'm not dead, I'm fine. And I was so excited the moment I opened that, and you got a little unk, right? Which was like a little, you can make it into a necklace or whatnot back in the day. And you got all of this stuff for the normal price. It was the normal price of the game. And you bought a game, and that was it. You bought a game, and you played the game. You didn't keep paying and keep paying and keep paying and keep paying every single minute of every single day until you paid like $1,000 for a game, right? Especially when they go in and they make half the game, right? When they make half the game, that is really when it pisses me off. When people say, and I very rarely get upset, but when they give you just this much of the game, and then all this rest of it is all behind a paywall that you have to buy the rest of it. I say, I don't mind, like, when you bought Fallout 4, you got your money's worth, for sure. That was definitely got your money's worth. And then when they came out with the DLC, if you got it early, you made out like a bandit, man. You got a lot of really great DLC for like $30 or $50 or whatever. Even if you bought it separately, it was worth it because it was really good DLC. Especially if you like building like me, you get all the building DLC, or you get like Far Harbor or Nuka World if you're into that kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny stuff. I felt like it was a good value, and I got my money's worth out of it, right? Here's a great thing about having lead belly. I can just drink directly out of the water. I felt like it was a good value. It's when they don't give you a good value. When you buy a $60, and we've all done it, right? Put a 1 in the chat. If you've bought a $60 game and then went, crap, right? Because you realize at that moment that this game sucks, right? You put $60 into a game and it sucks. And you're like, oh, dang it, right? That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Now, if it's an online game, good news, like Fallout 76 here, that it does get better over time. So just hang in there. And if you're at the launch and it's having problems, like Borderlands 3, great example. If it's having trouble at launch and, the frame rates are having issues or all that, I was watching Shroud play it earlier today, and he was just going on and on about how it's really lagging, frame rates and all that stuff. And if you think Shroud, like the #1 streamer or one of the top streamers on Twitch, is bad-mouthing your game or saying something bad about your game, you're in big trouble, right? I mean, someone like me, I'm a medium to low streamer here on Twitch. If I say something about it, no big deal. Nobody cares. But if he's in there saying, man, the frame rates are really bad and all of that, you should get your top people on it straight away. And, I'm not, bashing Borderlands 3 or whatever. It looks like a super fun game. Awesome. I'm sure they'll get it fixed and it will run wonderfully and everybody will have a great time in there as well. Because I don't get on the hate train. I don't ever get on the hate train. I don't ever just go and start bashing people, right? That's like a whole mentality nowadays that oh, wait, someone made a mistake. Oh, let's just be incredibly rude and bash on them and try to make ourselves feel better by tearing somebody else down. It doesn't work. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. It's a dead-end road. It doesn't work to tear other people down. It just stains your soul. It's a terrible thing. It leaves you empty inside. The best thing to do? Be patient. Play another game. That's what you should do. Play another game until they get that one fixed. Now, I would give the same advice here for 76, right? If you played it on launch and it had issues and all of that, so you know what? I'm going to come back to it later, get my value out of it later. And now they've really upped it. And they've added legendary drops or legendary exchange. They've added player vending, which is really awesome. They fixed just thousands of bugs. I mean, hundreds of pages of bugs. You can go back and look at them all. I mean, tons of them. And they fixed all of that and they made it a better game. Now, is it a Fallout 3? Is it a Fallout New Vegas? Oh, absolutely not. It's a whole different style of game, though. I mean, it's like oranges and apples, right? It's hard to compare those two, but it's a different style of game. It's a multiplayer RPG style game, as opposed to a single player, which you can put a lot more in a single player. You can put a lot more story. You can put a lot more stuff in a single player. Like Fallout 4, you can have 10,000, 25,000 items in your storage in Fallout 4, right? In 76, you have 800 weight worth of stuff, not 800 items. That's 800 weight, which means it's actually less than 800 items. It's more like 500 items, right? Versus 25,000 items of any weight, right? That's a huge, huge difference. And I feel like that's the number one thing. They fixed the server stability. Server's been pretty great. So big love to them. They did in the last patch. Server stability's starting to look pretty good. Now they need to put their A team on that storage. If they crush that storage and they get that going, I'm telling you, that's the home run they need. The home run they need is to knock that storage out of the park. To come in and say, you know what, everybody, we increased it to 5,000. Boom. Look at that. Or even 1,000 would be nice. But 5,000 would be insane. Insane. And we're also going to give you multiple stashes or multiple containers, right? So you can put all of your notes in one container. You can put all of your ammo in another container. You can put all your stuff in separate containers, which would be awesome. Or make this into its own container, right? Make this into its own container so I can take the stuff that I'm saving for this into its own container. Take the stash that you use, the stuff you use for your stash, like all of the materials, the junk that you use for building your camp. Put that in a separate stash, right? And then everything else in the central stash, right? 2 extra stashes, one for selling items and one for all your crafting and your camp stuff. If you could do that, Bethesda, I'm telling you, that would be a home run out of the park. That's the thing that everybody will be talking about if you can make that happen. And I hope they do. I hope they do and make that happen. Because, there is technical limits to everything, right? The reason why they have that limit is because of server stability, right? And, there's people out there who are just, have so much stuff that are causing these servers become unstable. When you're launching too many nukes at the same time, it can't calculate it, so it's becoming unstable. That's a whole lot of technical things that the average player doesn't even think about, right? All that technical stuff that, the miracle that makes games work in the first place, right? The miracle that makes this work. This is a miracle if you don't know. The very fact that this works, right? And this circles all the way back to when I worked at Apple or when I talk to people about technical stuff like phones and things like that. I've been in computers forever, since computers began. I was born at the same time or a little bit earlier than computers were born, than games were born, right? I was born right at that magic moment of all the intersection of all of that stuff, which was awesome because I got to use Photoshop 1.0. I got to pioneer all of the graphic programs. I got to pioneer computers since the computers began. I got to pioneer gaming since gaming began. I'm the OG, the original from back in the day. As well, I got to pioneer digital art as well when they converted from the traditional based art into digital art where you use a computer and whatnot to do that artwork and whatnot. I got to pioneer all of that as well. I've had an incredibly great career. An amazing career, and I've done all of it. I've done all you can do in graphic design. I crushed it. I destroyed it. I did everything you do. I worked on everything, from logos to T-shirts to billboards to stuff from major companies, some of the largest companies in the world. And I got to work at Apple, which just working at Apple, I would rather be the janitor at Apple than be the CEO of some of these other not kind of shady companies, right? I would rather be the janitor, bro, because at least you're working for a company that you're like, okay, this is a great company, all right? And they treated me really well, especially when I got really sick. They were super kind to me. And I will never, oh man, that's going to get me all emotional. I will never forget how kind they were to me, right? A lot of really kind people contact me and say, sorry, Kismet, I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. We hope to see you back soon and all of that. Oh, that gets me emotional. I mean, how cool is that, right? People that, because when you work at Apple, you got to get 100 on every test. You got to be that AAA level. You got to be the best you've ever been in your life, right? You got to be at that level because everybody else is at that level. You got to rise to their level, and then you try to bring them up. They try to bring you up. That kind of thing. That's the best place to work when people are trying to lift you up instead of trying to tear you down. And I know some of you have worked at those places where everybody's trying to sabotage you and trying to, your boss is a jerk and whatnot. And you've had all those experiences where people are not backing you up, right? And that's rough. That's rough to be at that type of job. But when you work at some place that's amazing like that it just shows you the love, I am greatly, greatly appreciate how kind they were to me while I was going through all of that. And then how kind they were to me that when I had to step down, I could no longer work there. That was a huge bummer. That was a huge, depressing point in my life. But I found something else to do because, when one door closes, another one is ready to open, right? And here I am 4 years later, 5 years later, really 5.5 years now. And of course, running around, getting into trouble. Getting into trouble here in Fallout 76. Let's jump over here. There's a place right there I haven't been yet. We're going to be wandering around a little bit, seeing what's up. Let's get this all back on again. And I got my cotton candy grapes. Check it out. I didn't even know they made those. I saw those and I'm like, are those really cotton candy? My wife's like, yeah, those really taste like cotton candy. They do. They're so good. I'm going to make you guys see, look, get this instead. Get this instead of candy and all that stuff. Get yourself some good fruit. Be losing weight in no time. I'm telling you. Tastes like cotton candy. It's the weirdest thing. Because your taste buds are expecting grapes. But it tastes like cotton candy. Actually a little sticky like cotton candy. I don't know how they do that, but man, that's good. Oh, man. It's like the pink cotton candy. Because, you know, cotton candy comes in flavors. Did you not know that? I'm a candy connoisseur. I'm the worst when it comes to candy. That's all my only vice. I don't smoke or do drugs or drink a lot of alcohol or anything like that. It's just purely candy and those kind of embellishments in life, right? You know, the cream-filled donut, the chocolate cake, the coconut cream cake, the pie, all of those kind of embellishments in life. Those are the things that I enjoy. But you gotta ease back. Where did you get those? I got these at the local store. You go over to like Walmart. I forget what the name of the store is here. I think it's called Kroger. Kroger is the name of the store. I never heard of Kroger before since I moved here to Tennessee. I have no idea. I bet you can find them. They are so good. So I am terribly addicted to candy, so I try to ease off, right? I could eat a whole box of those Kismet candy bars, man. Those things are good. You got to watch out. All right, where am I going? Max Farm. This way. Oh, wait, I should get my power armor on. Hold on. Let's get our power armor on. Now, here's the question I get all the time. Kismet, you played thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of Fallout. What do you do when you run out of stuff to do? You put your feet on the ground and you start walking. That's what you do. You get out there and you become the wanderer, right? You'll get out there and do it. Like this. They call me the wanderer. Yeah, the wanderer. I roam around. Let's get out there. Let's start wandering. Let's go see what this house is all about. Why does it sound my game so low? There we go. Hold on. There we go. I don't know what it is about Fallout that is different than every other game. Even in Fallout 4, it does it too. Where Fallout, the volume is really much lower than any other game that I play. When I go into another game, it's going to be really loud. Uh-oh. Explosive shotgun! Explosive shotgun versus anything. Explosive shotgun wins. Mr. Prizebot. What's up?
I'm very glad I finally caught up with you.
Oh, really?
Congratulations!
Oh, what?
You are a winner of the Great Appalachian Sweepstakes.
I won the sweepstakes!
Been authorized to deliver your prize winnings.
If I really did win the sweepstakes, we'd be partying, bro.
We've updated our privacy policy. As a monthly prize winning,
I'd be giving out computers here on the stream.
May be used for publication without your consent. Have a wonderful day. Congratulations!
What'd I win? What did I get? What did he give me? I missed it. I looked away for a second. Well, hey, I won the sweepstakes. Look at me. Yay for me. Oh, there's someone out. Enola's Walker story. Let's listen in.
This is Enola Walker. Don't know if anyone will hear this, but life finally took the last thing I had left. Figured I should leave something behind. I lost Joan in '77 and the kids in the drowning, but I had my damn dogs. It's bad enough that beast tore up the homestead, ruined everything. I could have rebuilt, but it's not worth it without my boys. So find this place, I'm willing it to you. Just let anyone listen to this tape and they'll know. I took the last of the good chems for the bites, but the rest is yours. The last thing I'm gonna do is hunt that ugly beast down and kill it before I go. I hope you have a good life here. But that monster flew off towards the steakhouse, so maybe avoid that area. Unless I turned it into a fucking crater.
All right, look out. That's what I like. Nice tough woman right there. You gotta be a tough man. You gotta be a strong man to be with a strong woman. My wife's a strong woman, man. You don't mess around. You don't mess around. You gotta rise to the challenge, guys. You gotta rise to that challenge. All right, let's go. Oh, Granny Sweet Tea. I'll take Granny Sweet Tea. So went off toward the steakhouse. Where's the steakhouse? Oh, off toward the steakhouse that way. All right. Got anything on the second level? Because I got a jetpack. Oh, we're going to get that loot. A little bit of lead there. Man, whatever hit this thing tore it apart, man. Wow, this thing got annihilated. Annihilated. All right, well, it's toward the steakhouse. So we'll see if we can hunt it down. Our weapon reloaded. Hey, look, never been there. Never seen that. I've been playing this since the game came out in beta. I've been playing it. Never went there. Because I always like to leave stuff to explore, to go put my feet on the ground and go see what's there. So we're going to water this way and see what giant beast tore that house apart. Let's go see what's up with what's up. Feel like he's going to jump out of the bushes. Get it going on. Love that explosive shotgun. Oh, yeah, explosive shotguns and stuff. Oh, super muties. That's a 2-star legendary. Oh, did they kill it? Oh, I don't think I'll be able to loot it. Oh, man, I should have shot it. You took my legendary loot, now you're going to have to die. They took my legendary loot. I should have shot it. I thought it was because it was a legendary. It might kill them. But, man, I should have shot that guy. And then when I got a hit on him, then I would have got legendary loot. That'll teach me. I'm not going to hesitate next time. Don't hesitate, everybody. Get that shot in on that legendary. Look at that. Ah. See if the mobs kill it. Oh, I hear them running around in there. Look at this. Oh, we've been here before. Look at all this loot. Look at this. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I got to make sure I got my thing on. Oh, I don't. I don't have my, my perk on. Let's get all my perks on here for collecting. Over here. Pharma, Scrounger. Where's my other one? Can do. Be right with ya. Too busy picking flowers. Now, the great thing about that thing is you're going to get double of whatever you collect, right? So you're going to collect all of this stuff right here and get double, and you can go ahead and do it at your camp. We might work a bit on my camp today. We'll see how we'll get that going. We'll do a little wandering. There's a great way to get your camp started right here. Oh, this is a great spot. I forgot about this spot. See, look, you go out there, you might rediscover a spot you haven't been in a while. Get those gnomes. Lots of potatoes out here. Look at this. Woof, mama. That is some serious Tato action. Blossoms. More gnomes everywhere. That's too funny. Gnomes everywhere! Alright, whoever shot at me. Oh, you up there, huh? You want some of this? I'll be right with you. Be right with you. I'll come up and say hello. Try a little trick here. What do we got? Nothing there. Little window sealed there. We got a pipe we can use there. Dodge that. Of course, like a normal Kismet. Oh. Hear that noise? Oh, I am. I'm getting on my last fusion core. You're right. See, I always look for places to fly up to. The great thing about the jetpack. Let's see if we can sneak up on this guy. Oh, just can't make it. They kind of nerfed the jetpack in here, so you can't quite make it as far as you used to. I don't know why they did that. Whenever I'm in my power armor now, my action points actually have a minus because of the jetpack. But I can get up here, though. But I'm also overburdened. Hey, what's up? There's where he went. Now, the closer I am with the jetpack, the closer I am with the shotgun, the more damage I'm going to do. I also have an explosive shotgun, and I have all my shotgun perks on. So it's giving me a big boost in DPS. And I'm just going to super loot. Oh, someone's got a chain gun down there. Mr. Fancy Pants. I got any grenades? I'll send him a little grenade love. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go, a little grenade love for you guys. Hit that guy right in the head. What else we got? Any more grenades? Man, I haven't done grenades in a while. Yeah, fragment grenade. Cryo grenade. Hasta la later, bro. Ooh, he's got lots of loot. Oh, I hear that noise. Now, we're also looking for bobbleheads. Where'd that guy go? We're looking for bobbleheads and we're looking for magazines so that we can put them in our stash and get that going. Never heard of Kroger store in years, right? Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I need those ASAP. They are so good. I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of green grapes, especially seedless. Green grapes. They are tasty good. Heck, I have 100%. That was weird. That was a weird thing.
You have to come out sooner or later.
Not really. I could just stay under here forever. What are you shooting at? Oh, look, hey, here it is. You dead. I love the sound in here. I could hear what direction he was. The sound is really good. Now, of course, when you're reloading, don't be in line of sight. Feel like there's another one up on top. Gotta find our way up there. That's how you find your way up there. Use a jetpack. Get him? I think we got him. Oh, Oak Tree coming in. Getting that new 3-month sub badge. Oh, look at your little baby dragon. He's breaking out of his egg. Thank you so much for that sub love. Show him some love in the chat, everybody. Strong, but could do without the foul words. Strong could do without the foul words. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I try to stop doing that in my older years here. In my later years. I remember being here. Remember we got the shot in the electric chair? Yeah, I remember being here. A lot of good loot in this sucker. Oh, there it is. There's that bobblehead. Oh, that's a Caps bobblehead. Ooh, we'll put that in our collection. Pretty awesome. We're still getting more noise, though. It means there's a magazine around here. Somewhere. I feel like you go outside and then make your... Oh, yeah. So you go outside and make yourself way around if you don't have a jetpack. Oh, yeah. Definitely hear it in this direction. It's inside here. Inside here somewhere. Let's check the perimeter first. I like to check the outside first. Holy moly! Look out, everybody! Oh my gosh, that was a 20 drop! Oh my goodness! See, now sometimes I feel like I'm still asleep. So that's the problem with sleep apnea and vertigo, is that sometimes you feel like you're still asleep when awesome things like that happen. Holy moly, look at that love, everybody. All right, who's getting the sub love tonight? Let's see. We got Cowman getting the sub love. Rand getting it. Boss Man, longtime supporter of the stream, getting that love. Galvin on getting it as well. Pterodactyl getting the love. Big Bow coming in as well. Bow, oh, I'm so bad with names. Wafery coming in, getting it. Proto getting it as well. P-Dub, Tasha Prime, Bright Steel, RC Danda, Kellamal, longtime supporter of the stream as well. Tiberium McGrath, Lord of Chinchillas. Ooh, I want me some chillas right now. Gray Gamer getting that love as well. Slipma getting the love. Walt the Cat, another longtime supporter of the stream, getting that sub love. Paradox getting that sub love. And Miss Xavier getting the massive sub love in the chat. Make sure to say thank you to the wonderful Oak Tree coming in. Give them the love. You're like, Kismet, you gonna let every one of those play? Absolutely. Every single one. Because I'm super excited for you guys, because guess what? Now, each and every one of you are earning 3 times the Kiz Caps in here. Now, I give away thousands of dollars worth of free games and Amazon gift cards and Steam gift cards and all sorts of epic free loot here in the stream. Even sometimes like Mountain Dew that I get sent from sponsors, Kismet candy bars, t-shirts, all sorts of killer stuff. And now you guys have 3 times chance to win as well, as you're earning 3 times the Kiz Cap. So that means that you guys are going to be really making it out like a bandit. All these doors are chained. They're all chained. We got to go around. Oh. I hear it making that noise again. It's making that noise. It's saying, Kismet, come and get me. Come and get this loot. Got to be down. All right, we got to sweep everything here. We're going to get all the loot today. We're super looting as we're exploring around. I hear it. There's a magazine around here somewhere. We're going to find it. Oh, fusion core, just when I needed it. Oh, look at this gun sitting right here. Look at all this stuff. Now, if I had enough room, I would take a lot of this stuff and I would sell it. Oh, right there, right there. Boom. Recipe. Oh, tons of extra ammo. Let's search that extra ammo. See if we get it. Oh, look at all you guys getting that love. See, that's what my stream's all about. It's all about that positivity, about getting that love in your life. If you're having a rough day, come on into the Kismet stream. Hang out, put your feet up, relax, take it easy. We're happy that you're here. We're happy that you're here in the stream. We get into all sorts of trouble up in here. We get into all sorts of fun. We wander around the wasteland. And if you're new to my stream, my name is Kismet. They call me the Wasteland Tycoon because I make that big money. In-game, I learned those deep game mechanics, and I pass it on to you guys as well. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, you weren't lucky, Chosen Warrior? Oh, that's okay. Hang on to stream. You never know. People give out gift subs in my stream a whole lot. I appreciate it. Oh, we're etching one step closer. You know what, Chewy? Let's give out 10,000 Kiz Caps to everybody in the stream right now on behalf of Oak for being so kind. Give them some love out there. Give them those points so everybody will have a chance. Not just the people who got subs, but everybody going to have that higher chance of getting those contests and giveaways here in the stream. And believe me, there are going to be a bunch. There are going to be a bunch coming up. I've given away literally thousands of games here. AAA games as well. Some double A's and a little A's or two. not so double A, but more of the A's. More of the little baby games. But I've given a lot of games. Again, sometimes I give away packs of games that are worth like $200. You get a whole gigantic list of AAA games, which is pretty awesome. And thanks, of course, to all my supporters. If you do have games that you got an extra code or whatnot, you want to donate to the stream to give away to all my awesome community, feel free to contact me here on Twitch or on Discord and let me know, and I'll give it away either anonymously if you don't want to be recognized, or I will shout you out here on the stream. for your kindness for my community. Because that's what I like to do. I like to facilitate moments like that. Moments of joy. Moments of everybody's like, oh man, thanks for that sub. Oh, that was so nice, right? I love those moments. Those are my favorite moments. I collect them and I feed my soul with those, right? I collect them and it fills you up inside. I'm telling you. It does a great job. Chosen Warrior. Haha, guess what, Chosen Warrior? You ask and ye shall receive. You was lucky now. What did I say? H2O hooking you up. Make sure to say thanks in the chat. Any love for Wheel of Time? At Randy. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Is that a game? Wake up, buddy. Time for some Kismet return love. Oh, well, thank you, Oak Tree. Thank you so much, man, for coming in, showing my stream some love. Hey, Glaminy Jean, what's up? Hello to you. Everybody say hello to Glaminy in the chat. Welcome, welcome, everybody. What serums do you run? I don't run any. I don't run any serums at all. I know, you're like, oh, Kismet, what are you talking about? Are you not using marsupial? You're not using all the serums and stuff? Nah, I use the jetpack. I'm old school. I'm old school. If you like running serums, though, you go right ahead. But I don't run any. I don't run the meta sets. I don't run all of that. I use my own meta set called the Wasteland Tycoon set. Now, the reason why I do that is I run very high charisma and very high strength and also intellect or intelligence so that I can craft, I can convince NPCs to do whatever I want. You're like, well, Kismet, there's no NPCs in this game. Sure there are. There's tons of them. There's some shooting at me just a minute ago. But there's no voiced NPCs yet. But we're getting that in Wastelanders. We're going to have voiced NPCs. We're going to have dialogue choices that are based on your stats, and I'm going to rule. I'm going to rule with really high charisma.
Good fight.
Oh, hello.
Stupid little.
What was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you over my shotgun. Talking to the front of that. Bad boy. Sit down. Sit down and be good. There we go. Don't be talking smack. I'll have to put you down. Oh. Here to the right. Oh, look. I would have never seen that. Agronic, the Barbarian 9 in there. See, that's what's great about those perks. Allow you to do that. Let's unchain that. Come on. There we go. We got that unchained. Now we can get through there. There we go. Nice. And again, we're super looting. Something I love to do, which is to take all the loot. Free Watoga. I'm going to even take those useless things. I'm a super looter. I take everything, except for in this game. And I'm not going to unlock that stuff since we're not kind of in that zone right now. We're going to unlock all of the things. It just takes longer to take those perks on and off. I think that my stream had the best idea. My chat had the best idea where they should make it when you unlock the pick locking and the terminal to make that a passive skill. Right? The second you unlock it, it becomes a passive skill. And then you no longer have to, take it in and out all the time. It's really annoying to have to do that. There you go. Let's see. Cord Gaming. Haha, love it. Kismet, have you seen the new update Astroneer? You might like you like it. I did see it for just a moment. I haven't had a chance to read the whole thing, but I did see that it did have an update. Mods, go ahead and remind me later. Chewy, pass it on to Game Killer to remind me to check out Astroneer. Put it in my Kiz reminders. There we go. Oh, look at that. Chewy dishing you guys out 10,000 Kiz caps, as well as even more for going out and retweeting. There we go. Where do you get those? Morning all. Happy Red Panda Day, says Rotisserie. Also, happy Wife Appreciation Day. For those of you who are blessed with a partner, every day is a Wife Appreciation Day, in case you don't know that. Every day you should be appreciating your significant other, whether it's your wife or your husband or whatever. You should be appreciating them every day. My wife is number one. If she comes to me right now, like she did the other day, and says, "Hey, I need you to take the kids to work or to school or whatever," I will stop the stream at this very second. Gotta go, everybody. Sorry. I'll see you later. And I will stop it because you got to put that. If you put that other person as number one, as the most important thing in the world, over money and stuff and things and your friends and family and everything, and they do the same thing for you, you are going to be styling. Believe me, that's why I've been with my wife for over 26 years. We don't fight about stuff. We don't argue. We're in a team. We're together. We're on the same page. We work together to solve problems, right? Hey, I got to go and I got to run the other kids this way. Can you run my other daughter that way? Oh, sure, I'm on it. I'll do this. You do that. That's only fair, right? It's not fair when everybody does one person does all the work and the other person doesn't help at all or helps very little. You know, you got to, again, my wife's a strong woman. You want to be with a strong woman, which I recommend because they're awesome. You ladies know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You got to be a strong man, so you got to put in your half as well. Just so you know, whatever is hers is, or whatever's yours is hers. And whatever hers is hers also. That's the rules of marriage right there, everybody. On my last fusion core, yes. Hello, Oak Tree. Thank you so much for that love, man. Just returned to South Dakota. Cool. Hope everything's good for you. It is awesome, man. It is awesome. I am having a fantastic year. I am having a fantastic time here on the stream. I am not streaming every single day. I stream for 88 days in a row, 600 plus hours to bring my mods to TwitchCon. We unlocked that. We're good to go. We're about 10 days away or 9 days away now from TwitchCon, which I'll be at TwitchCon. I hope to see you guys there. If you donated, of course, you're going to get your epic Kismet loot drop as well along the beginning of next year. Because, you know, it takes time to, you know, I got to go to TwitchCon. I got to get everything signed. I got to get all those bags made, and I'll send it out. Now, if you donated last year, you also got your loot drop. I've been getting lots of people who say, Kismet, I got my loot drop. I got my loot drop. Very cool. I love to see that. Like, Gaming's Fun got his, which I'm super jealous. Because what we did is... Every says he didn't get one either. Oh, Every. That's okay, man. Hang out in the chat. I'm telling you, people gift out subs like all the time, especially right now versus September, right? If you put exclamation September in the chat, it's the best time to subscribe to anybody's channel, not just mine, but anybody's channel, because when you subscribe, the full amount goes to the streamer, which is awesome. That really helps the small streamer. I mean, even if you don't do it on my channel, I appreciate when you do. But if you go to a small streamer who is struggling, who's trying to get started and whatnot, I feel like that's one of the kindest things you can do, especially people who are just starting off, because that, to me, every sub is valuable. And because, you know, I'm not, you know, well, hey, you know, I got 50,000 subscribers, right? Even if I had that many, I would still feel that, you know, someone took the time, they took the effort to go up there, click that sub button, whether use their Prime or whatever, and take that extra moment, show the love, especially people who gift subs in my channel. And if you continue the gift sub, you're making out like a bandit because it only costs you half the price as well, which is pretty cool, right? So if you can continue that gift sub for the next month, if you got one last month, then you're set, right? Which is pretty cool, pretty awesome. And all new subs are 50% off and all of that. You can find all that out in the thing. But you get the idea. I think that's a cool way of doing that. I think gifted subs is genius idea. It's like a kind way of not only being kind to the streamer, but even better, being kind to the people in the stream, right? Because everybody right now is loving Oak Tree right now. They're showing him lots of love. Lots of love. Look at all that. See, look, I'm showing you the love in there. Chosen Warrior just got one from H2O as well. Getting that love in the chat. There's a possibility. There you go. Subquake, hi there. I got Fallout 76 last weekend. There you go, Subquake. Oh, man, watch out. You're going to get addicted. If you need some help in the wasteland, you let me know. I play on all three platforms. I play on PC, Xbox, and PS4. That's how hardcore of a Fallout fan I am. I play on all three. Sometimes, usually on Thursdays, we'll play with the community. This right now, we're doing WoW Classic for the kind of first month of WoW Classic. And then, of course, next month after TwitchCon, we'll be getting back into community stuff, running around the Wasteland. Of course, we're going to have Wastelanders. We're going to have voiced NPCs. We're going to have all sorts of new content. Of course, they got raiding now, which is really fun. That's a home run as well for me anyway. I think it's super fun. No thanks needed. When I lost my job, MI Kismet gave me encouragement to push forward and start a new job. Oak Tree. Oh, man, you're going to get me. You're just trying to make me cry on stream. Thank you so much for that kindness. Chewy, make sure that we grab that from Oak Tree and put that in my inspiring quotes. See, this is why I'm not disabled in the bed right now. It's people who come in my chat and say that I made a little bit of a difference in their life. And if you can do that in your life, I'm telling you, it is the greatest thing. You take those moments of joy that you gave to somebody else and you capture them and you put them in your soul. And I'm telling you, it fills you up. It fills you up inside. Makes you feel good about yourself and about other people around you, right? The people who are ride and die, right? I'm a ride and die friend. If I consider you a friend, I will ride and die, man, until the very end. I won't go, oh, well, hey, you know what? Oh, there's the grass is greener over here. Sorry, gonna leave you in the dust, right? There's nothing worse than a fair weather friend, than a person who's not gonna be here when the times get tough. When you don't have anything, you got pennies in your pocket. You're disabled in the bed like me, right? You get all these bad medical conditions. You lose your job, whatever it is, right? Those people that are there when you got big money like I used to have, I mean big money. I mean like I spent $1,000 without even thinking about it. I mean I would carry $2,000, $3,000 in my wallet. Not even think about it. Oh, I want that $4,000 TV. All right, hold on. Just put that on a credit card, right? I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to tell you, try to inspire you to watch out for people who are fair weather friends. Who are people who are there when you rent 30 Sea-Doos and you're partying at the river and then everybody's your buddy. But when you got no money and you're sick in the bed, do those people call you? No, they don't. They don't call you. They don't care about you. And the friends that did call me, I knew those were my true friends. Those are my true friends. How you feeling, Kismet? Are you feeling a little better today? What happened with the doctor? You know, did you go to the doctor? What did the doctor say? Those are your real friends. Those are the ones that'll be there when you move, right? Oh, hey, you do the pizza and beer, and I'll be there to help you move, right? I feel like that's the set price of helping a friend move, right? Now, of course, I'd help them move anyway, but pizza and beer, right? I'm there, bro. You got the pizza. You order the pizza beer. I'm there. I'll help you move. Let's do it. Right? That's a good friend. That'll be there. I can call them on the phone right now. Some people owe me a life debt. I pulled them out of the water when they were drunk at the river. I pulled them out of the water. They went on to be high-powered lawyers, airplane pilots, and all of those things. Man, they owe me a life debt. So if I call them on the phone, they'll fly anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, wherever I am, I say, hey, I need you to be here. This is a red alert. This is an emergency. They won't even ask me why. And if my friends call me right now and they say the same thing, Kismet, red alert, man, I need you here right now. I got an emergency. I'll be like, sorry, I got to go, everybody. And I'll stop the stream right now, pay whatever I got to pay for a ticket. I'll fly to Japan right now. And hopefully you find those people in your life. They're so rare. They're so rare to find those people. The ride and die, right? The people who be there to the very end. When you have nothing in your pocket. When you have zero cash in your pocket. Right? You're looking in the couch for change so you can, and I've done this before when I was young. I look in the couch, before I made all that money, I had nothing. I would look for change so I could get enough cash to pay for gas to get to work. And I always remember that. Always remember those moments when you just are getting by. And that's the way I am now. I had lots of money. I spend lots of money. I bought fancy cars. I bought a car from the factory with my name on it. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. It's awesome. It was a huge waste of money. I was young and dumb. I didn't know that, it doesn't last forever. It doesn't last forever. You eventually will, you'll spend it all. And of course, I did save a lot of it in my retirement, but I used that retirement money to get by when I got really, really ill. And I used it to pay for doctors. And I went to all of these doctors and they basically told me to lay down and die. And I told them to go screw themselves. I said, I don't think so. That's not the way I go out. I don't waste away in some bed at 45 years old. I don't think so. And I got up and I lost 50 pounds and I found something I love to do. And you guys inspire me every single day. Thank you for being here. Now you're like, well, Kismet, is that the real you? I don't play a character on stream. I'm not like, all the other people that play characters and whatnot. This is the real me. This is the real deal. You meet me at TwitchCon, this is who you'll meet, right? This is the person you'll meet. Let me catch up a little bit on chat here. Got talking there. So thank you, Oak Tree. That is super kind, bro. I think you're trying to make me cry here on stream. Love Wheel of Time. There you go. H2O, you sir, just made my night. This is actually my first ever sub. Oh, Chosen Warrior got his first ever sub. Congratulations, bro. Wheel of Time book series. Ooh, mods. Chewy, make a note of that. Nice shotgun, Kismet. Yes, I love this shotgun. It's in a beautiful explosive shotgun. Right over here. Look at this, baby. Woo. Reminds me of the Overseer's Guardian, my favorite weapon. By the way, I had the Overseer's Guardian. If you look at last year's TwitchCon, I'm not taking it this year because it is a huge pain to carry around. Plus, it looks like a gun. I don't want to get shot because it is really a replicated shotgun. But it's a big yellow gun, though. But it still made me nervous the whole time I was carrying it around TwitchCon. But I'm not taking it this year. But basically, the Overseer's Guardian is my favorite weapon from Fallout 4. Because they call me Overseer Kismet as well, so it's my favorite weapon. Kismet is pure love. When he is hurt, instead of pity party, he picked up his pieces and started sharing the love. I'm telling you, it's kind of like teaching somebody something else. When you teach somebody something, you learn something in return. I'm telling you, it's magical. It's magical what happens, right? When you're kind to somebody, that kindness always circles around you. It always comes back to you. And people take that easy road. And I can tell you, I'm a recovering a-hole. When I was young, I didn't care about anybody. I didn't care about nobody or nothing or anything, right? And that's what, a good significant other will do. They'll snap you out of that. And a good friend of mine, who's a millionaire, by the way, who came to me and said, Kismet, you'd be a great guy if you weren't such an a-hole. And he was a good friend of mine. I mean, a person that I really cared about, and he cared about me, right? And we were friends, and we knew each other's girlfriends at the time and all of that. And he was honest enough to tell me the truth. He's like, you only think of yourself all the time, bro. You gotta, you gotta move forward in your life, right? And he was much older than me. He was about 10 years older than me. I was in my early 20s, I think I was 20. I think it was 20 or 21 at the time or earlier. I don't know. See, the longer time gets away from me, the more I can't remember how many years ago it was. But that's an honest friend who will say it with love, but will tell you the truth. And that's when I started making a shift, right? I started, when I met my wife and I started caring about her more than myself and my kids, I care about them more than myself. And you start to get away from that, just being all about you all the time. So happy wife, happy life. Exactly. 26 years together, bro. I mean, I got real life achievements, not just in game. I mean, I'm high level in real life. I got real life achievements stacking up. People say, oh, man, I'm the best at whatever game. Man, I'm the best at real life. I'm the best at crushing real life, baby. Every day I try to get some new achievements. I think women are stronger because most of us men are dumb. Men are very dumb. I mean, there's some brilliant guys who are not wise. A good friend of mine, one of those friends who are ride or die, a good friend of mine is just a genius level, like Mensa level genius, right? He's a super smart, incredibly brilliant guy. But frankly, if I wasn't around, he would walk in front of a bus. He's just not common sense smart, right? There's like genius smart. Like you got a photographic memory and you can remember all that stuff. But then there's also common sense smart. Like, hey, don't walk out in front of a bus. Wait for the light to change, right? That kind of thing. And there's people who are like that, right? Who are really smart, but also very dumb in other ways. And I find the great thing about life is finding someone who balances you. Right? Balances you out, especially if it's a significant other. My wife, very much not a gamer, who's like the greatest Tetris player I've ever seen. She's like a normal, right? She's like a person who likes all the normal stuff, and she likes to watch all the normal TV shows and all that stuff. And I am very much the opposite, where I love gaming, and I'm very much into that whole culture and that enjoyment of it. Now, we're both artists, though. We have that in common. My wife's a graphic artist. I'm a graphic artist. We're both into art and design and all of that kind of fun stuff. So that gives us something in common, but also I'm a messy artist. I'm a, kind of a free spirit to do whatever I want to do, and I answer to no one. And my wife is very structured, and she's like, well, you got to get it done, and you got to get this done, and that done, and that done. And that has really helped me in my life to learn that more structured approach, but I still maintain that little bit of just whimsy. I, do whatever I feel like doing. You know how it goes. You guys know what I'm talking about. Hi, Kismet. Just watching you at night before bed. I enjoy your channel. Thank you, Cyberpunk. Mike. Ooh, can't wait for some Cyberpunk. That's going to be awesome. I know nothing about Cyberpunk, though I did buy it just because they are awesome over there. Big love to CD Projekt Red and all the people at Cyberpunk for doing their community right. Now, no microtransactions, no exclusive deals, none of that ridiculous stuff. Giving a bunch of people extra stuff and just the standard edition. That's how you treat gamers right. And I can support that every day and all day. I bought the game on GOG, so they got 100% of the profits, as well as win in and do that. Man, you guys are chatty in the chat today. I'm trying to catch up. Gonna launch my first nuke. Go get it, Jesus. Launch those nukes. I'm almost catching up. There we go. There we go. If I die, I'm going to go down swinging. There you go, Dragon Overlord. I'm the same way. Man, don't give up. You got to... Because I had that moment. I had that moment where I could just say, you know what, disability, give me that disability check, and I can just lay down. By the way, I didn't take disability. I felt like that was giving up. That was like, that's a death sentence for me, right? That's laying in bed till I waste away. My wife take care, oh my God. My wife take care of me for, a couple years, and then I would just give up hope, right? You got to have that hope. You got to have that drive. You got to have that something that gets you out of the bed every day. And a lot of people struggle with that. Billions of people. You're not the only one, by the way. I'm not the only one. Billions of people all over the world struggling with that same thing every day. With that, what do I do in my life? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I enjoy? Right? That's what you got to find. All that other stuff, you know, money and fame and getting the fancy sneakers. And, you know, I used to have a whole closet full of $1,000 suits. I had expensive stuff. Big deal. Nobody really cares. And if they do care only about that, you know what? Fair weather friend. Red alert. Red flag. Right? If they just care about the money and all of that, and you see that happen. You see it happen all the time, right? Like, you know, hey, everybody, I'm going to get you all the money. I'm going to get you all the thing. You're going to be my best bro. And we're really great bros, right? We're really great bros because we're making the money and we're doing that, right? And then all of a sudden, that friend, for some reason, stabs you in the back. Leaves, goes away, no longer wants to be your friend. Why is that? Because that was a superficial relationship. Because they were just there for the money. They were just there for the stuff. They're not there to show you the love. Tyrannosaurus coming in with a 5 months of sub love. You're the best, kids. Hey, no, you're the best for being in my stream, showing that sub love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's what keeps the lights on right there and allows me to do kind things in here. Just so you know, I take every single dime and I put it right back into the stream, showing that love right back to you guys. I appreciate it. It helps me keep the lights on as well. There's sometimes when I'm donating every single dime to my my mods to get to TwitchCon, I get a little nervous. I get a little nervous that the lights won't stay on this month. Like, you know, especially up into TwitchCon, and then, of course, the month of TwitchCon this month, and usually last month, the month before that, are very, 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 very close. So thanks for all that love up in here as well, everybody. It's very nervous sometimes just to keep that bare minimum going. And I appreciate... Oh. Hold on now. Hold on now. Is it in there? Generals. You guys are the best. Thanks for believing in me and not treating me like beep. Scan into my program to get into Watoga without getting killed. I think I already read this before. The new grinders are amazing. What meat is that? If you have to ask what meat it is, probably a bad idea to eat that. Right? Probably a bad idea. But again, I see that happen all the time. And you see it happen with streamers too, right? Streamers who say, oh, I got your back. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for getting me to that thing. I'm not going to call out any specific ones, by the way. I feel that's inappropriate. But you know, people who say, oh, I got your back. Oh, I'm totally with you. I'm on your side. And then they, right? The second they have success, later, right? That's the same thing with guilds. Guilds have that same problem. I feel like it's in that thing. Hold on, we gotta pick lock this. Alright, let's open a perk pack if it's gonna keep bugging me about it. Thirst Quencher, hard bargain. Full charge, home defense. I already got all those. 4 drinks in one hand plus 5 in the other equals alcoholism. That's true. That's a true statement. That's not a joke. That's true. Alright, let's go ahead and get our pick lock on. Alright. Let's see what we got in here. So yeah, you'll see it all the time, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen that before or that's ever happened to you, where you have, you know, someone who you thought had your back because you did so much for them. You were doing kind things for them. They were there being your best buddy and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they do it. I call it the sucker punch, right? And it's happened to me before here on the stream too. Like people I had to let go as my mods. I know it's a rough thing to do. I hate doing that. I hate doing that, right? I prefer to show the love. I prefer everybody to get along, but that's not the reality of life, right? I'm going to tell you the real deal in this stream. That's not the reality of life. Sometimes people, they get it in their head that you owe them something, that you know, something you did them wrong, even though you're just as kind as you can be, right? To thy own self be true. And you're just as kind as you can be and try to be as nice as you can be to them. But it's never enough, right? And then they sucker punch you. They come out of nowhere and they just treat you really horribly and they treat you really bad, right? I try to never do that to people that I care about, right? If people come up and they're rude or obnoxious, whatever, I'm like, banned, bye-bye, right? Oh, look at those ones in the chat. Holy mackerel. Oh, man. See, that just makes my stomach sink. It makes me sad just to think about all the people that have gone through that, right? They've gone through that many times that people have just did you dirty. They did you wrong. Or you might seen that, you know. And I see it happen all the time, right? I see people, they come to that decision point, right? It's a decision point. Screw over my friends and family or whoever, or my employees or whatever it is, or be a decent person. And they just go, be a jerk, right? Be an a-hole. They just can't bring themselves to stay on that right path. And if you go down that path, that's a dark path. That leads to a dead end every single time. Dead end, that leads to loneliness and losing your wife and family and friends. This is a dead end road if you screw other people over. I don't want anything to do with people who do that. People who screw me over, boom, you're gone forever. I don't mess around. You are gone. I don't want anything to do with you. Because life's too short to be around people like that, who are always dragging you down, who are treating you horribly, who are disrespectful to you and whatever. When somebody's disrespectful to me, I'm just like, oh, you're still in that stage of your life. Okay, well, nice talking to you. Gotta go. That's when I exit the conversation as quick as possible, because I don't want to waste my minutes, right? I don't want to waste my time. Somewhere around here, there is that thing. We got to find it. We got to find it. I don't want to waste my minutes. So over here somewhere, I hear it. Oh, it's back behind there. Ha ha. Oh, thank you so much for that sub, love. Isver giving out Gravity. Congratulations, Gravity. Got yourself some love as well. Man, you getting out the gift subs. We're getting close, everybody. We're inching our way to that 200. If we get 200, I'm going to give out 10,000 more Kiz Caps here in the stream. Yeah, it's right there. It's on the side of the thing. Oh, that's tricky. Bethesda, very tricky. That's exactly what I would do, though. That's exactly what I do. Oh, look out. Ensifer also giving some love to Spike. Congratulations. Spike getting that 6 months of sub love. Look at that. You got your new sub badge, too. Congratulations, bro. Got your new sub badge. And thanks, everybody, for being here in the stream. I like to bring you a little positivity in your day, a little bit of love. You know, life's hard enough to get by, right? It's hard enough to get by with all the people trying to backstab you all the time. I'm just here to bring you the love. That's what I do. And I like to take that, and I call it the Kismet love train, where I take your guys' love and I pass it on to somebody else. And I ask them to pass it on to someone else. So on and so forth. Just like pay it forward before there was pay it forward. I've done that since before that movie came out, by the way. I've always done that. Whenever I've done something kind for someone, like someone to come up to me and say, hey, Kismet, you know, well, they may not know my name. They'll walk up to me and say, hey, Kismet, you know, can I have $10 or whatever? Because, you know, my car broke down or whatever. And I'll see if it seems legit first, right? If it seems legit and so, you know, the car's broke down over there, or they say, hey, I need a, you know, tank of gas or whatever, I'll help them, and I'll say, you know, go on and help somebody else, right? The next time you see somebody in the same situation you're in, or in a similar simulation where somebody needs help, pass it on to them. Pass the love that I gave to you on to another person, and so on. And usually they do, which is funny. Because, you know, it's like the honor system, right? Which actually says in that movie. It's like the honor system. Most people just, you know, oh, well, screw it. I'm not gonna do that. But a lot of people do. You'd be surprised how many people do. How many people pass it on, pass that love on. All right, I think we thoroughly... How could I have any more loot here? I've already looted everything, but yet there's more loot. See, I can sniff out loot like a ferret. Sniff it out. Here we go. Wow, that was a lot of loot. Ah! Die! Evil car tried to get me! Whew. That was close. Car tried to get me, see it? You're like, whoa. Because we're getting crazy. I blow up all cars. Because it's fun. Because I don't want to blow up when I'm standing next to them. Uh-oh. We need some more food. Let's get it going on. Thanks for that food alert in the chat. Let's have some Blamco. Gonna need that disease cure, I'm sure, in a second. Let's have some melons. Bingo. I just carry random stuff around because I have the lead belly perk, so I'm good. All right, cool. Robco Research Center. We've already been up there, I think. Oh, yeah, we've been up there. All right, we're trying to find places we haven't been before. So we're going to wander around the wasteland, which is incredibly fun. We could really use a workbench. Did we see a workbench in here? That's what we need, because we're overburdened. We need to get rid of some of this stuff. We need to get rid of this stuff and get her going on. Let's see. Now, again, if you have a comment or question for me, if I missed it for any reason, feel free to throw it in the chat. My name is Kismet. You can put Kiz or Kismet in there. It highlights in red, just like with Spike there. Woo, sorry, Kismet. I had to stop subbing, lost my job, and been kind of out of money here. Still love you. Don't worry about it, Spike. You don't ever worry about that, bro. Don't ever feel bad about it. Don't ever feel like you got to apologize. I've been there. I had to step down from my epic job at Apple. You got to think that I'm the sole provider for my family, right? I mean, I was making the cheddar. Making the cheddar, working from home, for one of the or the top company. By the way, did you know Apple's now evaluated at $1 trillion? The very first company evaluated at $1 trillion. Isn't that amazing? That's absolutely amazing, considering I've seen them since they started back in the day. That is absolutely amazing. Of course, I'd like to work for $1 trillion company. I'd still be working there now, and I not got sick, hopefully. But you never worry about it. I know what it's like to get by, right? My wife hadn't worked for 10 years. She had been taking care of my kids, which is a lot of work. But when I lost my job, my wife obviously had to go back to work. So she's working now, so I can do this crazy idea of streaming and doing all of that. She's the one bringing home the bacon now here in the family. And, of course, I had to help out with the kids and run the kids around, and so does she. And we work together as a team to get it going on. And that's what you should do, man. Here's the most amazing thing you can do for your significant other. Surprise them with a simple gift at a random time. Not because it's their birthday, not because it's Christmas, not because it's whatever. Find something that they really like a book they might like, just a little piece of jewelry. It doesn't have to be $10,000 jewelry. It doesn't have to be that, right? If you're with someone that every time you have to give them a $10,000 thing of jewelry, you shouldn't be with that person. That person is a gold digger. Look out. I'm looking for a workbench. Focus, Kismet, focus. Watch out for those people. That's a red flag too, right? If you have to constantly sedate someone by giving them gifts all the time, that's not what you want to do. You want to do it randomly when they're not expecting it. That is the key to really showing that love to someone, right? I was walking by the store, and make sure it's a genuine thing too. He was like, I was walking by the store, I saw this in the store window, I thought of you, it was like $20, and boom, there you go. I'm telling you, how do I know? Been with my wife 26 years, that's how I know. There's got to be a workbench around here somewhere. Where did I see that workbench? Oh, right there. I thought I saw one. There it is. All right, let's scrap a bunch of this stuff. Bye-bye, rifles. Ooh, I'm going to get some atoms. Whoop, whoop. Give me those atoms. I need atoms to get that fridge. All right, casual outfit, chef hat, gotta go. Try not to get my actual power armor. What else? Grab this beer bottle. Deathclaw hand. There we go. Now we're no longer overburdened. Sweet. I always try to find these benches wherever I go to get that going on. Thank you very much. Oak Tree said, Kellermal. Again, never worry about it, bro. Never worry about it if you can't sub to my channel. I appreciate you just being here, lurking to my channel, just having some fun. Love you. Need to go to bed. Work in the morning. Have a great stream. Sorry I can't be on more when you're on, but I will share what love when I can. But don't worry about Oak Tree. You know what? I might do some bonus streams during the day coming up after TwitchCon. So if you can't watch today, maybe in the afternoon, maybe like that. So be watching for those bonus streams as well. And I'm going to try to, do my streams at night and then do a little bit of streaming during the day before I pick up my daughter in the afternoon and all of that. He's like a bloodhound for loot. I am. I can sniff it out from miles along. I can sense it. I'm like, there's loot in here. There's loot around here somewhere. I can sense it. That's the years of looting. What was your wife's job before she went back to work? She's had several different jobs along the way. But she's never been a professional graphic artist, which I think is funny because she has a bachelor's degree in arts, right? So she's like, the big wig, right? But you find that life, even though you go and you get a degree in something, I find that like 90% of the people that I meet, put a 1 in the chat if you've had this experience as well, where like 90% of the people that you meet never use their degree, right? Never use her degrees, but she's like the master quilter. She's like been doing quilting. She's like 6th generation quilter, right? My kids are like 7th generation or something like that, or 5th or 6th, something like that. So she's working a quilt shop. Where she helped with patterns and doing all of that stuff. She's had a bunch of other jobs as well. I'm obviously not going to tell you her current job because that would be security reasons. But she's done a lot of stuff in her life, and she, of course, made those loot drops. Remember, the loot drop that you got, Raz? The bag that you got? She handmade that bag for you. I did the embroidery on the front of it, the Kismet loot drop, but she actually made that bag for you. So you're welcome on behalf of my wife. Because I couldn't find anybody else to do it. I was willing to pay. It was on the roof. Thank you, Raz. There you go. Kellam says, hey, Kismet in chat, hope you're doing well. I am doing well. It's kind of like just to sit and chill with chat. I should put that as my title, chill with chat. Yeah, so that's what she did. She worked at a quilt shop. She used to do a lot of shipping and receiving when she was really young. We were both aspiring artists, when we were young, when we met, right? We wanted to be graphic designers. And of course, I was already working at, a multi-million-dollar company that did pre-press and printing. And we should talk about graphic design. And she's a traditional artist. She's a painter and that kind of stuff, which I call the starving artist. And I'm more of a digital artist where I use Photoshop and Illustrator. And I make ads and I make labels and I make T-shirts and I make billboards and I make magazines and all of that stuff. I've done every type of design you can do. I mean, just everything. Because I wanted to do everything and be the everything designer, right? And all the graphics that you see, little dancing dragons and things like that. Also, what are you talking about dancing dragons? Like this one. He's totally in the wrong place, though. Whoop, there he goes. Yeah, so like little stuff like that. Of course, I learned 3D animation. I did a lot of educational stuff as well. I used to teach people about computers and all of that on the side from also being a graphic artist and whatnot. I went back to my original high school, by the way, and gave several $20,000 scholarships away. I don't think I've ever said that on stream. Yeah, I went back to my old high school, gave away scholarships to kids who were coming up who wanted to learn about digital art and graphic design. I was the teacher's teacher. I would help out teachers and teach them about new technology and computers since I was very little. I got that nickname in like 6th grade. And they're like, hey, what's that? Hey, because I would print it out on the printer, right? And I turned it in. And they go, how did you do this? Did you get it out of a book? And I said, no, I printed it out on my computer. And they said, what's that? Right? You got to think nobody knew what a computer was. Right? Today, there's still people who don't know. There's still people who have no idea how to use computers. You know who they are. They're your parents and grandparents and some of your friends. You know who they are. But in those days, nobody knew. I mean, we literally had like the first one. We had the first one, the Apple II, before it was the E. I mean, it was like they used to make it out of wood beforehand. And it was the first ones when they started making it out of plastic with that enclosure. I didn't even have lowercase, by the way. It was all uppercase, which I thought was funny. And then eventually, got to solder it, and then it becomes lowercase, which is funny. So yeah, we pioneered computers back in the day. I was so lucky that my parents were smart enough to recognize the potential of that very early on. So there you go. Kismet, with all that you said, just wanted to say you're amazing. Keep up the good vibes. I noticed some streamer become a bit of a beep if you stop subbing, regardless of reasons. Yeah, some people feel entitled. People feel entitled. They have not gone through enough strife in their life to where they say, oh, well, you're leeching off my channel. And again, I'm not calling out any specific streamers, but you know who they are. They get to a point where they feel entitled. They feel like, oh, I'm something special. You should bow down to me. And they start to treat other people like they're below them, right? Like that one guy at TwitchCon. I'm not going to call him out. I don't know what his name is. Don't tell me what his name is. But the one guy at TwitchCon who was on the panel, right? They want to have that guy do a panel instead of me. I mean, I want to raise people up. I want people be inspired to go out and stream and do what they love to do every day. That's what I want to do. But they get this guy on the panel, and the guy's like, well, I'm better than my audience. I'm better than everybody else. That's just a face palm right there. That's what the face palm emote was invented for. Was that moment right there. When you say something really dumb like that, or you say people are leeching off of you, or you're doing something like that, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. People out in the world right now, billions of them, are struggling. They're struggling. They're struggling to eat food. I mean, the basic stuff. You may be on cloud 9, you got lots of money in your pocket. But people are struggling just to get food. They're struggling to get by. They're struggling to pay their medical bills. As someone who had tens of thousands of medical bills that I spend my entire retirement and my wife's retirement paying off, I can tell you, I have zero retirement money right now. Zero. None. So when I get older, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. But you know what? YOLO, right? Screw it. I'm not going to need that money when I die anyway. My kids are going to be way smarter than me anyway. And they'll go off. They'll be just fine. They're very, very well balanced, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see how they end up. You never know. You never know. You try your best as a parent, right? Because me and my kids and my wife, we're on the same team. Right? I don't set up an adversarial team with my kids. I don't set up, oh, you do what I say, or, this. I say, look, we're on the same team, right? My job is to facilitate your greatness, right? And I'm going to let you go to, learn instruments. And I'm going to let you go to, on these trips and learn about the world and learn about all the people in the world. Just be aware, there's a lot of really bad people in the world, but there are really great people in the world as well. Don't let the bad people sabotage your ability to recognize the good ones, right? Or take it out on the good ones. Don't take out from the bad ones on the good ones, right? Don't take it out on them. Because that happens in relationships, right? You get in a real bad relationship with someone and you find out they're crazy or they're really abusive, right? And some people don't recognize that, right? If you're in an argument with someone more than 15 minutes, that's an abusive argument, right? You don't have to yell at someone. You don't have to get to a point where you're so heated that you're yelling and getting into that moment, right? And I had that when I was young. When I was young, I would get in really big old fights. I get in fist fights too. I've been in a lot of fights when I was a kid, man. Where I grew up, man, it's usually like 2-on-5. That's how it was. And you would have to pick one person and you would have to beat that guy down so they wouldn't mess with you after that. And that's how I lived my life when I was a kid. That's why I moved out of there. That's why I didn't want my kids to go through what I went through. That was a lot of fighting. Some of you know what I'm talking about, right? As a guy, you gotta be that stoic man, right? You don't want to show emotions. And then, of course, you get in that battle with someone else and you got to show your manliness by punching somebody out. I punched a lot of people out and I've been punched out a bunch of times. I tell you, it's been rough. It's been rough. But I'm a straight up guy. See, I don't have to put on airs. I don't have to BS you. I don't have to win you over, right? I don't win people over. I just be who I am. I like who I am. I'm a decent guy. I care about other people, right? And if people are jerks to me, they're instantly off the radar. They're instantly off my, thing. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to be around them. I only got so many minutes left to live. I don't know how many. I'm sure not that many. Certainly not as many as I've already lived, because, I'm about to be 50. So, when you hit about 50, that you probably have less minutes ahead than you did behind, right? And I've already lived some people's multiple of their lifetimes already. Right, man, we're getting to a big old thing today. Sometimes I just talk about life here in the stream while I'm looting and running around, exploring. It happens, everybody. But we'll get into it here. We're just exploring around, seeing a place we haven't been. Now, I haven't been up here, so we're gonna get on the road up here. I'm gonna wander up here and see what's up here in the corner. Let's pop over here, check that out. And I always leave stuff to do in game. This is pretty fun. So again, never feel like you're obligated. You're obligated to, spend money here or donate or hit the sub button. You're never required to do that. You come in, if you can't afford it, know that it doesn't make a difference to me. It doesn't make a difference if you are subscribed or not subscribed. When you come in, you hang out, I appreciate you being here, right? I think every streamer should, because you're the reason for my success, right? Also a lot of hard work on my end, but I'm telling you, also, you're right with you. Turned it down a little better. I gotta turn down a little bit more. Stop that beeping! Sound in this game is so good, man. I can totally hear it. Even with my marginal headphones, I can hear them over here. I love also the fact you can shoot through the windows, too. Just trying to run around outside. Now, the closer I am, bringing a melee weapon to a gunfight, huh? Not a good idea. Now, I hear the other guy around the corner shooting me from over there, so I rotated over here.
Appalachia is ours!
He was shooting me through the window. I see you in there, doggy. Speedy Cat coming in. Getting the gifted sub from Lives for Trauma. Thank you so much for that love. Appreciate it. Somebody open that door. Whoa, doggy. There's where you are. Coming in with the heat. Kismet coming in with those deeps. That looks like a bomb. I'm getting out of there. Put that on the door. Look like a grenade or something. So there we go. Thank you, Kismet's wife. There we go. Yeah, she's asleep right now. My wife's the type of person. If everybody got a significant other that's like this, where right about their bedtime, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever it is, they're just like asleep, bro. I am so jealous. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to be so loud in the microphone. They are instantly asleep. Some of my daughters are like that. My wife's like that. Right about 10, 11 o'clock, I am so jealous of that because I have sleep apnea now and a bit of insomnia. So that's why I'm up late playing games because I have real trouble going to sleep. And my neurologist has said, Kismet, just sleep when you can. That's the best advice I can give you. If you can't sleep, don't lay there in the bed. Get up out of the bed, get something done, go do anything other than lay there on the bed. Right? Now, if you get too dizzy, you can't move around. I just repair that? I think I just repaired that. If you can't walk around, then of course be careful that you don't fall, right? Because my vertigo. But, you know, get up and do something. Here I am. Getting up, doing something. Playing some games, hanging out with you guys. So this is like literally the thing that saved my life. Literally the reason why I'm not, you know, wasting away in some bed. You know, my wife comes in and feeds me and, you know, takes care. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. My dad went out that way, but he was in his late 80s, right? And my wife's grandparents were in their 90s, right? I'm glad they lived a long time. Maybe I'll live a long time because I've been dodging the Reaper. I mean, sorry to talk about some serious stuff here in the stream, but, you know, I want to inspire you guys to live those moments, right? Live every single moment right now. I mean, come in here, relax, say hi to peeps, have a good time, but make sure to go hug that wife and family. Make sure to say thank you to your parents because they spent probably $500,000 raising you. You know that's how much it costs for just one child? Your parents will spend at least $500,000 over the span of that 18 years. Easy. And you're like, well, Kismet, why don't they just give me the $500,000? Well, because, you know, they're paying for your food, they're paying for your clothes, they're paying for your school, they're paying their taxes. You know, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And people think, hey, you know, I won $1 million. No, $1 million isn't a lot for a lifetime. If you won $1 million, you could probably live off it for the rest of your life. But most people won't. You know what people will do? They'll just spend it like they got an infinite amount of money. Right? I mean, you could put it into a savings account and live off that interest if you're smart. But most people don't. Most people don't. Most people will just waste the money. Yeah, that's it's not just streamers, by the way, who become that way, who become self-entitled, who become that point where you say, hey, I am better than you. The second somebody says that, the second I hear, hey, I'm walking here. The second I hear somebody say that, I know they're instantly below whoever they're talking to. I don't want to talk to that person. I don't want anything to do with that person who treats others like they're below them. And that's usually a youth thing. It's usually when you're young, you feel like, oh, well, hey, I'm better than these people. I got the money, I got the things, and I was there. I mean, I was that guy. Because at 20 years old, I was making more than my dad was making, and he worked at the same place for 40 years. He was in charge of 10,000 people, and he made the big money. And I made more than him at 20 years old, and he was let's see, he was 40 years older than me. He was, 40, yeah, I think it was 40, 60. He was just 60. He was just about to retire. So, man, you got to think that I'm making more than him at some 20-year-old kid. And that was because I was lucky. Not because I was like the greatest thing ever, sliced bread. It was just that I was lucky. I had already learned computers as a child. Computers and digital art was merging into one. And I happened to be in the right place at the right time where I was making that big money. And that's just luck. That's just luck that you happen to know something that other people do not, and it gives you a huge advantage, right? That's why when you're young, you want to get as many skills as you can. You want to. It's like a game, right? It's like when you're playing a game, you're building up your skills, right? Like your perks, right? Like this. You're building up all these skills. Life is the same thing. Like if I were to look at my real life perk cards, that would actually be a fun thing to do. What would be something that you guys would have as a real life perk card? Put it in the chat, right? What's your real life? Like mine, graphic design, Photoshop, Illustrator, and know a lot about computers, microcomputers, macrocomputers, supercomputers, computers that fill up entire rooms, right? I know about that. I'm a great problem solver. That's probably my highest card in the deck is I'm a great problem solver, and everybody is always looking for that. Everybody's looking for something to solve. Hey, my iPhone isn't working. Hey, have you tried to turn it off and let it be off for like 10 seconds and turn it back on again? Oh, it's working now. All right, there you go. Right? That's pretty much any device, by the way. Is anything. I don't care if it's your microwave. If your microwave and your fridge is not working, unplug it, count to 10, plug it back in again, and you watch. About 99% of the time, that will fix the problem. Easy, easy. For your information, Kismet, since you're mentioning doing nukes tonight, my friend and I already running Site Alpha. Oh, well, hey, are you in the same one as me? Where you at? Oh, yeah, you're in the same one as me. All right, you launch one out, bro. Hey, if you would have let me know, I would have come and helped you. How long ago was that? Trying to catch up on chat. That was just a couple minutes ago. Oh, well, if you need some help, you let me know. I'll come help you. I do play it straight. See, I don't have to put on airs anymore. I don't have to, you know, when you're young, you feel like you have to fit in, so you have to be like other people. You don't want to be a carbon copy of somebody else. That sucks, right? I want to be the original me, the one and only Kismet. The only one that exists on this planet. That's the person that you need to be. Because you ain't going to be nobody else. Just so you know. You're only going to be you. And you're amazing the way you are. You answer to no one. Right? No matter what age you are. Because when I was young, people say, you're young. What do you know? You don't know nothing. And then I become their boss. That's called underestimate me. And I feel that's another card in my deck, right? The underestimated card. People underestimate me. Like, Kismet, you'll never go on to be partnered. You never go on to have, 10, 20,000 followers. You never go on to have 1 million views and so on. That'll never happen. That timing, bro. That timing. Lives for Trauma. Coming in, giving recognition to me. Some gifted sub. Thank you so much. What an amazing community. We're inching there. We're inching there to that 200. We're getting there little by little. I'm telling you. That's the most amazing thing. I knocked my mic and now it's quiet now. Oh, my bad. Hold on. I think I just started talking lower. Am I better now, Chewy? Sorry, everybody. I did. I get articulated here in the stream. Sometimes you got to stand your ground. All the time you got to stand your ground. I mean, don't be pig-headed, which I was when I was young as well. My way was always the right way. Everybody should do what I say, right? Oh, don't get stuck in that. That's a great way to ruin all your relationships. That's a quick way to ruin those relationships, everybody. Watch out. Watch out. Find, when you care about somebody, you got to find that middle ground sometimes. Now, sometimes you need to, if you feel like it's that, recaps. If you feel it's that important that you need to stand your ground, especially if it's something, of an emergency nature, right? Then good. But I hear something squeaking. Squeaking. Woo! There you go. Congratulations for that love. I was willing to gift a sub. There you go. Thank you, Liz, for Trauma. Thank you so much for that. Sometimes you got to stand your ground. Yeah, I feel like all the time you got to stand your ground. You got to stand your ground as you. Because people are always telling you who you are. I'm not here to tell you who you are. I'm just telling you from my perspective, from my point of view. It's your life. They're your life choices. They're all on you. You make your choices. Don't do it because I tell you to do it. Don't do it because of whatever I've done in my life. Do it because you choose to do it. Right? That's the best person to make choices for you. You. Now, of course, if your parents are saying, hey, don't take drugs and, watch out on the alcohol and all that stuff, that's probably some good advice. Because you see that go off the rails all the time, right? You see all the amazing actors, the people who have such great talent in the world, they fall into that same trap that all the other people have died from, right? They fall into that same trap every time. Now, if you like some, a drink every now and again, sometimes you get a little too excited, you get a little too crazy. Everybody does that. You're not the only one. But you got to find that good balance that works for you, right? Something that may work for me may be something different for you, right? And that's, we get a little real talk up here in the chat. We get a little real talk up in this stream. I just tell it to you straight. I don't need to impress anybody. I don't need to, put on airs and tell everybody how important I am. I answer to no one. I'm high level in real life. Everybody else to me is lower level. That's the way it goes to me, especially people who treat other people horribly, right? Or are disrespectful and whatnot, who still have that, who are still in that stage in life. It's not just people who are young. Some people who are older, who are in that older years, who might even be in their 90s, are still treating people like they're inferior, right? Did you know the most interesting thing I find about humans is that we're only about 1 to 2% different. Everybody, billions of people in the world, are only 1 to 2% different. And somehow, for some reason, we're always treating people based on their differences, right? Oh, well, that person's fat, and this person's not good looking, and this person's short, and that person's tall, and this person's from this place, and that person's from that, and this person that, and this, that, and the other thing, right? Constantly finding ways of putting other people down because of the smallest, most insignificant changes, right? The insignificant differences between people. I find how you look is nothing. It's how you treat people is number one. It's how you treat people. It's how you treat people, and especially if you treat pets really bad, if you treat cats or dogs or whatever it is, you treat them really bad, then that's a red flag right there. If you know somebody, if your significant other, they're like kicking dogs and being mean to animals, that's a red flag right there, because that's going to come back to you. Be real careful. Be really careful, because that's going to come back to haunt you later when they start to look at you like that. And there's people like that in the world. And believe me, it's hard to fathom that for me, how you can be so cruel to an animal that just does nothing but love you, right? You know, animals are very innocent. They just love you for who you are. Now, of course, I find that animals that are mean because of their experiences. I think that animals are mostly shaped by their experiences with other people and whatnot. And it usually comes from a place of fear when animals strike out against other people. And it's usually the people they were around that cause that to be angry, right? How they were treated. Or they feel like that's how they respond. And if you treat other people like that, that's how they're going to respond back to you. If you treat other people poorly, they're going to respond back to you poorly with good reason. With good reason. So I try to treat people kindly. If they don't treat me kindly, well, that's on them. That's their problem. That's not my problem. I don't take other people's problems and put them on my shoulder and carry them around anymore. I used to do that when I was young. That was a huge waste of time. Huge waste of time to do that. Don't carry other people's problems or their negativity around. It is hard enough to just get by every single day, to find something you love to do, to find something that inspires you to do what you love to do every day, than to carry around the weight of other people's problems. And people are constantly doing that. They do it to me all the time, too. They're like, Kismet, oh, this is so terrible, and that's so terrible, and this is so terrible. Now, if it's something... Whoa, hello. What's up? Speedy Cat. Hello. I love your outfit, bro. That's so cool. Great outfit. What's up, Speedy Cat? So yeah, I'm gonna run out here in the middle of nowhere. You're welcome to join me. Come with you. Where are you going? Where are we going? Are we launching a nuke? Are we ready to launch a nuke?
It's been, but I finally found you. Congratulations! You are a winner of the Great Appalachian Sweepstakes. I have been authorized to deliver your prize winnings.
Won again.
We've updated our privacy policy. As a monthly prize winner, your name, likeness, and other personal information may be used for publication without your consent. Have a wonderful day.
I won $50. Awesome. What we got?
Congratulations!
Oh, 2,000 shotgun shells. Oh, he just kicked his butt. Speedy, he just gave me the winnings, bro. He just gave me the winnings. Thank you for the shotgun shells, though, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love, Speedy. Hey, what else? You need some ammo or something, man? You let me know. Let's see what I got hiding in here. Let me see. I'm going to drop him a bunch of ammo. Maybe I got something he can use. Here we go. Watch this. I'm going to just start dropping. I'm just going to start dropping. I'm sure there'll be something in there he can use. Hold on. Let's do it. Let's start dropping some ammo over here. I got a ton of random ammo in there. Oh, there's some 5mm in there, bro. You do a solid for me, I'm going to do a solid right back for you. Ah, look at all these missiles on me. No wonder I'm way down. That's a universal symbol for look in there. There's a bunch of stuff. There you go, Speedy. Look, he's got a 5mm. See? See, you do something kind for someone, it always comes back to you. Always comes back to you. Let's see. Kismet, I think you hit your mic. Oh, yeah, I've already fixed that. Is it better now, Chewy? It's better. All right, thank you. Let's see. There's a few family and friends I occasionally wish I could turn off after 10 seconds to reboot them. Rotisserie. I'm totally using that. I'm totally using it. I hope you don't mind. When somebody's acting like a jerk, say, oh, man, you're acting like a real jerk. Hold on, let me reboot you. Maybe when you start up in default mode, you won't be such a jerk. That would be a good one. I kind of like that idea. It's crazy, you know, if you could start them all over again, because nobody as a baby or as an infant is a jerk, because they have no concept of that. Children have no concept of money or social status or, you know, feeling like they're above everybody else. Children are just as innocent as can be. Woohoo! Free loot. Appreciate the loot, bro. Alright, where am I going? Dut, 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 dut. What are you lobies out here? Get you lobies shooting at me. That was not a good idea. That was a bad plan. We're blowing some stuff up in the stream today. There's a car there. I know I got it. Did I miss one? I don't think I missed one. Back there? Oh, I got them. I got each of those cars. I got all of them. I got them all. Let's see. It's crazy. I'm using the Twitch app and not typing the emotes. I'm just selecting them. They work before I think it may be the Twitch app, but thank you very much. Oh, okay. Something funky going on with your emotes? Watch out on the alcohol. Preposterous! Unless you're not a illegal drinking age, then watch out. It's not as fun as it looks. Yeah, you know, there's always that, you know, that thing where, you know, everybody's in the club and they're having fun, and that is a fun thing to do. I've done that many times. I've been in the club, I've been partying at the river, and everybody's drinking, and, you know, when I was in incredible shape, and I was a young guy, and I wasn't attached to nobody, and there's a whole bunch of beautiful ladies running around, partying at the beach, or in the bikinis, or sometimes they don't have their bikinis on. I'm just saying, it was a kind of like Caligula out there sometimes. If you're running around with some clothes or maybe none, hey, that's the party for you, man. That's partying. You do that when you're young. When you're older like me and you're out there, that's creepy. When you're out there with a 20-year-old and you're nearly 50-year-old, I find it's creepy. Hey, to each their own. That's someone else's deal. But for me, you know, I'm over those party years, and now I'm more of a, you know, do what I want to do kind of stuff. And that was fun first time, you know, and I'll go to TwitchCon, I'll hang out in the parties and whatnot. I cannot drink anymore because of my vertigo. But I'll get a rum and Coke, which I would get a rum and Coke. But I'll get a rum and Coke, and I'll say, you know, I want a rum and Coke, so I can at least order it, but without the rum. So I just drink Coke, basically. So when you see me at TwitchCon at a party, know that I am just drinking Coke. But I ordered a rum and Coke, though. See, at least it still feels like I'm ordering a rum and Coke. So there you go. I did that last year too, which always stuns the bartender, because he's like, what? He's like, wait, what? Do you want the rum in there, or do you not want the rum in there? And I'm like, I can't have the rum because I have vertigo. So, I mean, I might fall down without the alcohol. That's how I am now, right? I will fall down anyway. I've fallen down many times, just walking around the park or walking around the house. I will just right down. I went. Because my problem is that I'm always dizzy, right? It never goes away. It will never go away for the rest of my life. So I have to manage it. I have to deal with it. And, you know, having vertigo and sleep apnea and that stuff is pretty bad because it's a constant thing you always have to deal with. But there are people who have it much worse. I mean, there are people who are hospitalized right now or on respirators who have cancer and all that really heavy stuff. I mean, we can get into that, but let's not get too heavy here in the stream. So I don't, you know, I empathize, but I don't have that perspective. I don't have it like, you know, today's my last day kind of thing, you know. But I kind of feel like that every day, that this could be the last day. So I better enjoy myself. I better do, you know, what I love to do every day. Not, you know, go crazy and, you know, max out all my credit cards and go do something crazy and leave that debt to my wife afterwards. No, I mean more like, you know, get the most out of the day, right? Get up, get myself out of the bed, because sometimes I'm laying in the bed and I don't want to get out. That's most days. I don't want to get out of the bed, but I just like, you know what? Come on. Got to get up. Let's work on those emotes. Let's work on a little bit of those videos. Let's work on the, you know, my new alerts I'm working on, and a whole bunch of stuff. Look at the little frogs. Cute little frog. And all of that stuff, right? There's a cabin out here somewhere, supposedly on the map. There's a big giant cabin, and somehow I can't find it. All right, well, we'll keep wandering around. We'll just wander around the woods at nighttime. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen. All right, let's have some food and water too while we're waiting. While we're wandering the woods at nighttime. I wouldn't recommend that in game or in real life. That's a scary thing right there, man. Look, middle of nowhere. I've been there, by the way. I've been in the middle of forest at nighttime. It's pretty scary stuff. Scary stuff. If only that was possible. Good idea, though. Yeah, I kind of like the real life skill perks. Maybe I should do that. I still want to do that 877 caps now, where you remake that whole commercial, but in Fallout theme. Where if I got a bunch of cosplayers together and we all got on like a bus and we're like 877 caps, no. It's from that commercial, you know, that 877 cash now, where you turn in your settlement or whatnot to get the cash right now. JG Wentworth. I'm giving lots of free advertising here on my stream. Hey, Kismet, I've been thinking of getting Fallout 76. I loved every Fallout game so far, but heard awful things about this. 76, any good? I wouldn't be playing it if I didn't enjoy it. Just so you know. I'm a straight shooter. Now, does it have problems? Oh, obviously. Is it my favorite game of all the Fallouts? Absolutely not. I would probably rate it as the lowest of all the Fallouts. But if you played all the Fallouts already, and you want to do some lore, and you want to wander around, and you want to play some Fallout with your friends, know that it is a completely different take on the Fallout. And they said it up front. They said it up front. Oh, there we go. Bailey's Family Cabin, which I've never been to. Oh, someone dropped. Was that a nuke? Heard some explosions. There's some battling going on over there. As well. So, I would recommend it. Definitely if you get it for like 15, 20 bucks. Definitely worth it. They're adding more stuff. They're going to add voiced NPCs and all that stuff to the game. People are going to be coming back to Appalachia. And so on. So it was definitely worth it. I enjoyed it. I have lots of fun. You want to come play with me? Come on. You getting a PC version? Let's go. You getting a PS4 version? Let's play. I'm going to play that after TwitchCon here on the stream, as well as I play on Xbox. I play on all three. I recommend the game. I think the game is really fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it at all. I'd be playing Fallout 4 or Fallout 3, which I've played through. You know, Fallout 4. I played that through 6 times, right? So I'm good. I'm good for now, though I do get tempted to go back and play because I love the settlements and all of that. I do get tempted all the time. You know, also go back and play really all the Fallout. I'm very tempted to play them all. But again, only so many times in a day. So I haven't seen everything in Fallout 76 yet. Even though I've been playing it since the beta. But I've never... Oh, how much loot that guy had. I've been playing since the beta, but I never rush through the game. I never like look it up on the wikis and say, oh, well, maybe get every single achievement done on day 1, on the first week. When did I get to, in the first week, when did I get to level 400, right? No, I got a wife and kids. I got a real life, bro. I got a real life. I get to know level 400 in the first couple weeks. I probably wouldn't get level 400 for like a year or so, because I don't try to rush. I'm not trying to impress people by how high level I am. I feel like I impress people by how much enjoyment I get out of each and every game I play. I feel that's way more impressive than being high level or having the best gear in the game or whatever. If people want that, they can grind it out. That's not that big of an achievement, but congratulations if you did. I mean, hey, if that's how you measure away. It's your game. You set what your successes are. Me, it's having as much fun and, of course, gathering every bit of loot in the entire game and claiming it as mine. That's what I'm doing right now. Ooh, what have we got in the stove door? Nothing in there. Nothing in there. All right, there was something back over here. There was a note. All right, now I read all the lore the first time I go through. I strongly recommend it if you want to learn the lore of Fallout, because this is a prequel. This is before all the Fallouts, right? So go in and learn about, how the Brotherhood is. See ya, Night Raz. Go back and see about the lore, about how the Brotherhood got started, which is super cool, which is in 76. Potentially how bottle caps became the currency of the Wasteland, also in 76. And a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't want to spoil for you. But just know that it takes a little while to get into the questing. It takes a little while to get into the game. So if you're used to, like, New Vegas or Fallout 3... Did you bring a friend, Speedy? Speedy brought a friend. Hasta la later, bro. Yeah, you went down. Speedy bringing extra fun. All right, back to the note. Let's go. Let's see. Hello, my love. It's probably been. See, I'm a deep lore kind of person. Fallout's my favorite series. So I'll go in and I'll read all the terminals. I'll read all the stuff, and I'll read it all on here on stream the first time through. I love all of that. I love the deep RPG part of Fallout. And there's RPG elements, and people are like, Kismet, there's no NPCs. There's an NPC right there. Did you see him trying to kill us? There was a big old NPC, big old bat NPC, Scorch Beast. There's no voiced NPCs. There's no companions. But, good news, voiced NPCs coming to Fallout 76 in the Wastelanders expansion in the fall. Also, companions coming for your camp, right? We're going to hang out in your camp, and of course, we'll do stuff like the robot's doing, because that's like a companion, right? He's walking around your camp collecting junk for you, which is pretty cool, right? It's a lot of neat stuff there. All right, so let's read some lore here. Hello, my love. It's probably been about 7 months since you passed. I sit by your side and talk to you every day. Okay, that's a little creepy. But I wanted to write you a letter like I used to all those years ago. I honestly don't know how much longer I'll be around. I don't know how much longer I want to be around. It's tough out here alone. My heart hurts and I miss you, Nancy. Aw. Love, Henry. Aw, Henry. Sorry for you, bro. Sorry for your loss, bro. Aw, poor Henry. Where you at, Henry? I don't know. Where's Henry at? Did he become a scorched beast? See, I feel like when they put something like that in there, like the questing in this game is definitely not as good as all the other Fallouts. It's definitely not as good. Because, like, when I find that note should lead to something else, right? The breadcrumbing should lead to something, right? Even if it's just in this area, right? You get one from Henry, you get one from his wife, you get one, of them riding back and forth, you find them doing something, right? They were sitting there fishing or hanging out outside in their trailer or whatever. You want it to go somewhere. Little snippets of storyline is great, but you want a little bit more, right? You want a little bit of deep RPG as opposed to just a second, just a little blip of RPG, right? I feel like the questing, especially the whole questing when you... Oh, hey, free loot. I didn't hit him enough. I feel like the questing definitely needs to be upgraded, right? You need to get the real A-team in here for the questing. I feel like the breadcrumbing of it is not very great and all of that. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, by the way, Bethesda sometimes sponsors my stream. They give me codes. I'm part of Bethesda Gear, so if you're going to buy some Bethesda Gear, do me a solid and use that link down below. But I will tell it to you straight. That stuff does need work. And here's the thing. Here's the difference between the way that I say it and other people say it. I say it in a way that, hey, this is a problem. This can definitely be worked on and this can be fixed. Other people get on the hate train and they just want to bash and tell them how much they suck. That solves nothing. Telling somebody how much they suck does nothing. It doesn't work. Berating people, shaming people, racial slurs and homophobic slurs and all of that, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make it better. It always makes it worse. In every case. In every case, it makes it worse. If you say someone, oh, hey, why are you so overweight, blah, 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 as someone who's been overweight, not because of my own, because I got ill. I was very sick. I had very bad gallbladder problems for a very long time. I finally had my gallbladder taken out. Then I was much better. And then, of course, I was bedridden for over a year and a half. So I gained a lot of weight, right? Because, I'm not walking around because I would fall and die. I mean, I'd fall down the stairs and die. I mean, that kind of scary stuff, right? Or just waste away, right? So shaming other people doesn't work, right? Whether it's who they love, whether it's what they look like, or whatever. Again, we're only 2% different. 1 to 2% different of billions of people in the world. And the only thing that's different about us is the way we act and then the very superficial exterior, right? But inside, we're bones, we're flesh, we're organs, we're all made the same. We're all made exactly the same. We're clones of each other. We're clones of every single one, and very mildly are we different. And I feel like that's the biggest tragedy of previous generations, right? Of my parents and their parents, my parents and grandparents. I've let go of all of that stuff that they thought was right? The prejudice and all of that other stuff. My parents, sometimes they would say some stuff because they were of that age, right? Of that generation. And I'd be like, whoa, what are you talking about? Right? I knew that wasn't right. Even as a kid, you know that's not right to treat people like that. If you put people together, children together, from all different backgrounds, and they look different, and, you know, some kids may be overweight, some people may be real skinny or whatever, and you put the kids together, and you watch. They don't discriminate against each other. They don't care. Oh, it's just somebody else to play with. Oh, hey, you want to play blocks? Oh, let's play blocks. Right? You know, that innocence there should never be corrupted by people who have that mentality. Now, again, that's other people's choices. That's on them. But that's my point of view. That's the way I take it, right? Is to treat people like that. Is it low again? I knocked it down. That was my bad. Hello, there we go, everybody. How's that? Is that better? I keep knocking my my Yeti caster down there. I should be a lot louder now. I'll have to fix that later. Hold on, let me make a marker. I'll have to make a marker and fix that later. Put a note in there, Kiz reminders, Chewy. Let's see how many minutes in we are. 2 hours and 10 minutes in to fix that audio. Because I'll have to fix it in the video. Am I too loud now? Am I, like, really loud? Ouch, my ears. All right, let me know. Am I at a good level? Hold on, let me double check it. I should put my grapes back in the fridge. Let me check my levels over here. Hello. Let me check my levels over here. Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm good now. I'm good now. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. I bumped it so it went down real low. And then I cranked it back up again because I forget what it was at. You turned it way up. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Sorry. I bumped my mouse. I have 3 mouses here, and I have my cotton candy things on my desk, so when I bumped it, my other mouse turned it.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear
Fire in the hole! Look out! Let's have some more cotton candy grapes. See, look, substitute your bad food for good food. I should put these in the fridge, though. It tastes just like cotton candy. I'm not kidding. They're so amazing. You can have your candy and your fruit at the same time. All right, I'm going to get my microphone out of there. All right. All right, let's get up here on the roof. I'll be right back. I'm going to put these away before they get all messed up from leaving them out here on the counter. Told you I'd be right back. Sorry again for that as well. I put those away so I won't bump my other mouse. Got me some more water. All right, so we're going to go check out the nuke. Where did he fire the nuke at? Oh, no, I'm overburdened. Oh, no. I got 1 minute and 18 seconds. Got to find me a workbench. Is there a workbench in here? Nope. All right, we're in trouble now. We can't get out of here. Where's the workbench? See, look. Oh, we found a new place. We found a place we haven't been yet. Neato. I love to explore. Again, that's why I leave areas open that I haven't been, so you can go out and figure stuff out. Got to be a workbench here somewhere. Come on, workbench. I want to go have fun with the nuke. Where's my workbench? Tractor out here. Oh, no. There's where the wife's at. Right there. We buried her in the backyard. No workbenches. Control tab. Accept team invite. Let's do it. All right, I gotta find my way out of here. I gotta go to the mega stop. Or how many do we need? 470, 417. What do we got? We can just start dropping some stuff. Oh, look at those legendaries. All right, let's just start dropping some stuff. All right, nukes touchdown. Gatling laser. Whew, those are going to be heavy. Let's see. What else? Hunting rifle. There we go. All right, no longer overburdened. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go get the s.p.e.c.i.a.l. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things that it brings the whole entire server out. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, Cotty Cat and grapes are amazing. I want some now. Me too. I saw them at the store. We're at Kroger. And my wife's like, oh, you haven't tried those? I was like, no, I love green grapes. You know I love green grapes. You know I love green grapes, seedless grapes. I've been eating those instead of eating candy. And those taste like candy. They taste like cotton candy. I mean, weirdly, just like it. Kismet coming in hot. Got your back, Speedy Cat. Let's do this, baby. I hate it when people put it right there because it's hard to see. Here she comes. All right, this is the action portion of the stream. We're going to take on the s.p.e.c.i.a.l. Now my job, kill everything that comes after the peeps. Yeah, I think I was trying to turn my game sound down, and I bumped it, and it turned my Yeti caster down. That's not good. I was clicking the wrong slider. All right, now my job is to keep everybody secure, even the people I don't know. Oh, she's on the ground. Now, my shotgun doesn't do much damage to her. I really need a shotgun that has scorched ammo. But it does a little bit.
Democracy is non-negotiable.
I love this fight. It's one of my favorite. Hey, Rectonese, what's up? There is no bench. Invite me to team. I will share weight reduction. Oh, thank you. I got my team medic on. Look at Speedy using that bloodied set. Oh, hold on, hold on. Woo! Look at this. See, it brings everybody out. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Everybody working together. I feel like they should have more of this. This should be the high-end part of the game. Just tons of events that everybody has to work together to get the loot. To get special stuff, special drops, special items, new cosmetics, things like that. I think if you did that, it would be massively successful. Now see, this gun takes on Mirelurks. Whoa, hey-oh, landing right on me. Rat Scorpion. This one 76 gets really fun. All the crazy mayhem. Just like in PvP, don't stand still. Coming for you, bro. Kismet's on your trail, you should run. It's always that one last bullet. Whoa! Somebody's dropping a nuke on him. Wonder if you dropped the nuke. Wonder if you dropped the nuke on the Scorch Beast Queen if she would die. Right? Like if you dropped another nuke right now, right here, would she die? Good question. Whoa, hello! Nice to meet you. Sorry, I don't want a big old smooch. Oh no, my shotgun broke. Quick! Get in here, inspect, repair, T to repair. Right when my gun breaks, that's when I always have tons of people on me. Toast! Now the after fight begins. First get all your loot as quick as possible, just in case the server goes offline. Then you start blasting everything else. So I call the after battle. Punk?
Democracy will never
Toast!
be defeated.
So using that VATS to hunt them down, see? I don't use VATS all that much, more just to find the mobs. Another Mirelurk Queen. Stop it. Sometimes I press the wrong button. So overburdened. This goes on and on, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Keep bringing that heat. So freaking awesome. So I think this is when 76 is in its stride right here. This is when it's in its stride. These world events. Sound like a mega sloth. Some action on this side. Whew. See, look, all these people, we don't know each other. We're just random people out in the world. But everybody came together. I'm gonna drag him over here. Come over here, punk. Oh, dude's gonna die in the air.
Obstruction eliminated.
He landed right on that other guy. See, there's a whole lot of people working together, and that's what I love the most about games. When people are working together. Now I'm gonna run around and do my next favorite thing, which is grab all the loot. I love me some loots. Let them finish the rest of those guys off where I get all the sweet, sweet loot. Nice job, Buckmiss, fired off that nuke. Yeah, I strongly suggested it, man. I should be sponsored by them. Showing them off on the stream. But you know what? Just give them some love. Give them some love with those cotton candy grapes. Again, find something that keeps you healthy, right? Find that good balance. As well. As I try to do. It ain't easy. Not that I'm a skinny guy anymore. I'm not in incredible shape like I was when I was young. See, I used to be at the gym all the time. Just hanging out with my friend all the time at the gym. He was, you know, he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger huge. He's like huge, huge. And he used to be overweight, too. He used to be like, you know, 400 or 500 pounds. Good friend of mine. And also disabled. He lost one of his legs as a child. And then went in and got all into bodybuilding and whatnot. And dude became huge, man. He'd spend like 3 hours every day in the gym. I mean, that's not exaggeration. I mean, that's how long he would spend in the gym every day. And became huge. I mean, he would pull down the whole entire rack. The whole thing. That's how strong he was. Me, I'd be doing my, you know, 30, 60 pounds. You know, I was like 140 pounds, right? That's like half my weight I'm pulling down. You know. And now, of course, we'd do drop sets. And I'd tell this story every now and again. Funny story at the gym. Because, you know, when you're young, you know, you're trying to impress the ladies. You're trying to stay in shape and all of that. We'd be doing drop sets. So we'd start at like 80, right? And we'd do 10 of those. And then we'd do 70, and we'd do 10 of those. And we'd do 60, and 10 of those, and 30, and so on. And you get down to about 30 or 20, and you'd be struggling, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever done that in the gym. And that's the moment you're doing that, right? Oh, you're struggling on those 20s and on those 30s, right? You're doing those curls, right? You're trying to get your arm built up. See, I still got the thunder, baby. Still got the thunder and lightning. That's what I call mine. This is thunder and this is lightning. That's when the cute girl walks by, when you're struggling with those 20s. And you're like, oh. That's when she walks by, right? That's when she walks by and she looks at you when you're struggling on the 20s. Not when you're sitting there pulling down to 80. No, she didn't see that. She didn't see you do, 10 sets on that. She didn't see the other 3 sets you did before. No, that's when she walks by is when you're struggling on the 20s. I always think that's funny. You can embrace those awkward moments. Embrace those awkward moments. That's how it goes. That's life, You're going to be embarrassed. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have issues in life. You know what? You just got to embrace it because that's life. That's how it goes. That's the way it is for everybody. Not the only one. I'm not the only one that has that problem. That's for sure. Yeah, well, Insiver, see, same thing. Look, he had that problem. One in the chat. For sure, Z's. Thanks for launching that nuke. That was fun. I'm still looking for my loot, though. I was blasting a whole bunch of stuff. I don't remember where I was blasting it. So I run all over it. I'm just trying to kill stuff all over. And then finding your loot afterwards is always an adventure. Because you got to say, okay, which one did I kill? Where did I kill it? And you guys can't see it as much as me because it's really compressed for you guys. So probably all this foliage here looks a lot more compressed. And probably not as good. And probably not as good as it does to me. I mean, to me, it looks amazing. To me, it is really high quality. But that's the drawback of, streaming and compressing it and so you guys can send it out. Otherwise, it would be like me 20 minutes ago. If it had to compress it in maximum quality, right? If it was in 4K right now and you were on a fairly slow machine, you'd be watching me from 20 minutes ago. Because it would have to take it in, compress it, record it to the disc, and then play it back from the disc to all of you. Look at all these guys hanging out in here. You think you're hunting me when I'm hunting you. Oh, you see him jukes me there? Good move, bro. He jukes me at the last second. Oh, don't reload, bro. Don't reload when Kismet's on you. Come here. He's gonna bash you to death. Come here. Nah. I hate I can't reload while you're bashing. It interrupts your reload a lot. Right? Like you'll be doing this if you switch weapons or whatever. It interrupts your reload, so a lot of times you end up not actually reloading. Alright, back to this looting action. Now also out here is a whole bunch of nuked stuff, which actually I think I'll go pick up pretty flowers. This is the highest in stuff in the game right now. It'd be kind of cool if they brought even more high-end stuff in a further expansion. That would be pretty neat. Or update. But you go around and you... oh, look at you little robots. Oh, you're so cute. Tough little suckers. You go around and you pick up all these flowers. So that's one of the things. You go into the nuke zone and you get that going on. I don't know how they made it. They just take like cotton candy. Yeah, cotton candy. What crew witchcraft is that? I know. I just tried them for the first time. I tried it for the first time. I was at the store and I'm like, no way, because I like green seedless grapes. I use them instead of eating candy. Instead of sitting here, eating chips or candy or whatever. Really dangerous to eat anything when you're at your computer, right? When you're actually sitting at your computer. Very, very dangerous. Because, if you have a bowl of chips or like, a carton of cookies or whatever it is, by the time you figure out that you are nearly done or done with those cookies, you'll have eaten them all, right? You'll be like, oh my God, I just ate that whole entire bowl of chips. I ate that whole bag of chips. I ate that whole line of cookies, this whole line of Oreo cookies. That's the danger of eating at your desk or when you're doing your homework or when you're playing games, that all of a sudden you realize you ate that whole thing. Pretty scary. Alright, oh, he made it real far to the left this time. See, so what you do is you go around and you pick up all these flowers, and if you pick up enough of them, You can use it coupled with the stuff that's at the from Ghouls, and which is at the White Spring, which is a great place to grab a bunch of stuff. You can actually make the high-end flux, the stable flux. The unstable flux will decay after time, just like food. So you want to get the unstable flux and then convert it, and you're going to need a lot of it too. And if you can't convert it in time, sell it to the vendor before it decays. So at least you get cash out of it. But yeah, you want to run around, pick up all the pretty flowers over here. Try not to fall into that hole, which you'll insta-die. How do I know? I've done it. Why have a six-pack when you can have a keg instead? That is somebody's that is some people's philosophy. Well, why not both? There you go. I know people who drink a lot who also are in incredible shape. You know, nothing like you have a good balance. You know, you have got to find a good balance between those things. Getting radiated. Hold on, let me switch my perks here. Switch my perk over here. Oh, I didn't even have it on. Could have had that on all this time. One of my favorite perks, Rad Sponge. Oh, wait, I gotta take one off. Take the squad movers out. Rad Sponge is one of my favorites, especially if you share it. Because not only is it taking your radiation off, watch as it pulls my radiation from time to time. Not only is it pulling my radiation off, but it will pull other people's radiation off as well. What are you fighting out here? Oh, Mirelurk Kings. Look at them all over the place out here. Oh, those are tough ones, too. Let's only take a few on at a time, or this is going to hurt a lot. Why's my rad sponge not working? I heard you. Oh, I think it's because I'm not close. I'm not in group. Yeah, I dropped group. Jeez, there's a ton of them in there. I hate Mirelurk Kings because of Fallout 4. They're really deadly in Fallout 4. Not so deadly with an explosive shotgun, though. Especially one centered around Mirelurks. Time to die. Alright, now the hard part. Playing a little peekaboo with him. Alright, hold on. We gotta get rid of some of this radiation. Let's go ahead and use a Rad-X. Go ahead and use a little bit of Rad-Away. Drink a bunch of this purified water, which will get our water up, plus also heal us. There we go. Now we got it going on. So yeah, you gotta be in group for that, that to work. And what it does, it works fantastically, especially when you're out here in the radiation zone. It will take all the radiation off. Keep your health pretty high. Because it removes that radiation, but it doesn't work unless you're in a group. Which is a bummer. Ooh, acquired nuke flora. Ooh, I can get some more atoms. Ooh, let's do that. I should have this quest done 10 times over. It must be a daily quest. Because I have collected a lot of nuked flora. Believe me, an absolute ton. Oh, hello. Hello, loot. I'll be taking it all. Thank you very much. Sound like it was right on me, and it was. Right underneath me. Hard to see here, isn't it? But there is a lot of stuff, including mushrooms and whatnot, which are fluorescents. There's that Mirelurk. And see, sometimes it'll clear up, Like, you know, I'm a little bit out of the nuke zone, but right on the edge of the nuke zone, you can still get nuke flora, too. So remember that. And got that guy. Again, this is the highest level loot you can get. You get a ton of that. Let's see. Have a wonderful night, Kismet. I hope you have so much fun playing. I hope you have so much fun. Oh, Megan! Megan coming in with the host. Oh my gosh, I missed Megan. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Megan. I got focused. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's replay it again. There it is. Sometimes you know how it goes when you're playing. The wonderful Megan. Yeah, go show her some love, everybody. Let's go ahead and give her a shout out. My mods are already on top of it. Give her some love there. I missed her by 2 minutes. Thank you so much for coming in. If you are new to my stream, my name is Kismet. They call me the Wasteland Tycoon. I play a lot of Fallout, have a lot of fun playing it. Megan, yeah, is one of my streamer pals here on Twitch. Hope to see her at TwitchCon. I'll be there in about a week or so. I am the longest long-term fan of Fallout. I am the longest term, Storm. Thank you for coming in with Megan. And thanks everybody for coming in as well. If you're a fan of Megan, if you're from Megan's stream, then you're a friend of mine. I love Megan over there. She's amazing, amazing streamer. And again, I've rated her before. She rated me before. I love to show people what I call the Kismet love train here on the stream. I probably knew about Fallout before any of you because I've been a graphic designer for over 25 years. If you're new to my stream, my name is Kismet. I'm a partner streamer here. I play a lot of different games. Fallout is my favorite series of all time. I played it way back in the day because I was a graphic designer, and I actually worked on the box art and all the stuff that you got when you played the original Fallout #1 way back in the day. And I probably played an easy 10,000 hours in Fallout 1. I played it through every single way you can play it under the sun way back in the day when it first came out. I played all the Fallouts along the way. I'm probably most known for Fallout here. In fact, I could probably impress you a little bit. I'm the only one on Twitch that has his own overseer's office. Watch this. And here I am in my overseer's office. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here in the channel. Thanks to Megan for showing that love and all you coming in. I love some Fallout. And again, they call me the Wasteland Tycoon. Sometimes they call me Overseer Kismet. I love me some Fallout Shelter. I've played all the Fallouts. Probably most known for Fallout 4, where I would do gigantic mega builds in there. And of course, I share all those deep game mechanics so you guys can earn the millions, billions, even trillions of caps that I've earned in all of the Fallouts along the way. So I love me some Fallout. So you're in the right place if you like some Fallout. Big time. Big time up in here. I even have my very own stealth boy. Don't believe me? Watch this. I'm the only one on Twitch that does. And I'm back again. When I go AFK, I hit the stealth boy. It's a lot of fun. Yes, I do have the explosive shotgun. One of my favorite weapons in the entire series of Fallout is the Overseer's Guardian. It is my favorite. It's actually not a shotgun. It's actually a combat rifle in Fallout 4 because, you know, I'm an overseer. So I'm the overseer of Vault 45, as you saw right here. But let's go ahead and get back into the game. Let's go. And I'll go ahead and pull my shotgun up so you guys can see that. Right here, I've got the explosive shotgun with plus 30% damage on Mirelurks, 90% reduced weight, so it's not so heavy to carry around. Of course, I'd love to have the double shot on it. That would be the ultimate one. And of course, a whole bunch of other stuff over there. I don't use the scope on it. I feel like it's more of a close-up weapon. The closer you are with the shotgun, of course, the more damage you're going to do. Very, very important to have it spec'd so it's not too close. Otherwise, you're going to be doing just one to everything. So you want it at least to be somewhat ranged in there so you can get those hits in. Now, right now, we're wandering around the nuke zone. We launched a nuke over here. Buckminster did from my stream. And we killed the Scorched Queen. And now we're wandering around and we're picking up a bunch of the highest in loot, which is the nuked flora. So if you do enjoy the stream, do what One Day just did. And Fozum, as well as Megan coming in with the host. And Toxic Kid coming in. We got Fish coming in as well, showing the love. Thank you so much for all those follows. And again, sorry sometimes if I do get focused if I'm in the middle of a battle. If we're in the middle of taking on the Scorched Queen or I'm doing something with my crew Now, I'm probably, again, most known for Fallout, but I do play other games. I am the leader and founder of one of the longest running gaming guilds. That's right, 16 years together, 16 plus years now, with over 800 members. It's more like 900 or 1,000, but I stopped counting. Whoa, hello. Let's get into it. Oh, and right into the action. Oh, yeah, you think you're going to come in with a melee weapon and try to wipe me out? I don't think so. Explosive shotgun plus melee weapon means explosive shotgun wins. Now, the great thing about my explosive shotguns, it does cripple them down like that, so I can't stop them in their tracks when they're coming at me. And I also have the quick reload. Hey, jukes! Watch this jetpack jukes there, yeah. Oh, hold on, we're gonna go Big Mama. Come on, Big Mama. Let me introduce you to my shotgun. Now, if you shoot him in the head, obviously you're going to take more damage by about 9 damage. Now, I've got spread damage on my shotgun. Taking a lot of hits from elsewhere, but let's see if we get him taken out before he flies back up again. Come on, reload. I just feel like my reload's a little slow. All right, bye-bye. All right, you're dead. You're next. I don't mess around. I go to town, man. I bring the deeps. Critical strike on that one. Not even gonna heal. Come on, me or you, bro. Me or you. Guess what? It's gonna be me. Launch them down in the thing. Launch them down in the thing. All right, let's go ahead and work a little bit on our radiation again. Looks like our Rad-X ran out. A little Rad-X. A little rad away there. Let's burn all of our purified water. A little bit of some other stuff there. Maybe a little food action. And again, I usually play on the hardest modes as well. When I played Fallout 4, I played it through 6 times. I played it first in normal mode for about 500 hours. I absolutely loved it. Incredibly great game. The thing, it's probably a 9 out of 10 without the building, but with the building, it's an 11 out of 10 for me. It was an incredibly fun game. I love to do the building. I love to run around and make the whole entire wasteland my personal piggy bank, because each and every settlement would literally make me hundreds of thousands of bottle caps every few days in game. No cheating, no shortcutting, no third-party mods, nothing. The vanilla game will make you 5,000, 10,000 caps by level 10, 20,000, 30,000, 100,000, and then every 2 days in game, you can buy out every single vendor in the game. And that's why they call me the Wasteland Tycoon. I do the same thing here in 76. I learn where all the best places are to get cash so you can buy that sweet loot. And I take my time, though. I'm never in a hurry. I don't look stuff up. I don't do that. I play old school, where you go and you learn as you play, right? You discover stuff as you go, and you're like, oh, that's over there, and that's over here, and that's there. And you try out different sets, and you try out different perk cards, and you try it out the old school way, the way the games are intended to play, I feel. But, of course, it's your game. You play it however you want. So there we go. Need to go to the shopping, to cook dinner, sausage rolls, keep on being awesome. Take it easy, Dragon Overlord. Get some of those cotton candy things while you're there. Get some of those. So there you go. So yeah, I am probably the person who saw Fallout before any of you, because I saw it actually before it came out. Because I knew all about it, because I had the company I worked for had a tiny little company you might have heard of, Interplay. The people who actually started, who made the first Fallout, who would eventually license it to Bethesda way back in the day. So yeah, I'm old school. I'm the OG. I played games when games began. When I began is just before games began. The very first gaming systems back in the day. The very first games that you could play on your computer. When computers came out, I was out playing those games way back in the day. I'm a huge Fallout fan. Again, I usually play in the hardest modes. Like, again, I was playing about 500 hours in my first playthrough. Then it got way too easy. I didn't even bother finishing the game. I was like, okay, this is too easy. We got, right about level 50, especially when I got up to like level 90, the game just gets too easy. It's just too easy mode. So I'm like, all right, let's just go straight to survival mode. We'll start all over from scratch again. And we'll try it in the survival mode. So I played it through the survival mode, which was a lot of fun. And then about another 500 hours, and we finished it on the railroad line. And the great thing about Fallout 4 is that it has different endings. Same thing with Fallout 1, by the way. It has different endings as well. Based on what you choose. Pretty cool. And then we played it through again, but this time the new survival mode was out. Some DLC was out, so we played the DLC. We played the new survival mode, which is even harder, which is, by the way, the reason why you have food, water, and all that stuff in 76 is basically the survival mode of Fallout 4 in a new game. Now, just so you know that if you've never played 76 before, it is a very different take on Fallout. It is not the single-player adventure that you know and love in Fallout 3, New Vegas, and in Fallout 4. It is very much a different take on it. It is more like a group RPG, right? You can do it solo. You can run around and do stuff, but most of the fun stuff is really with just randoms, like we just did when we took on the s.p.e.c.i.a.l, or running around with your friends. It's like Fallout 4 with friends is basically it. I enjoy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it on stream, right? I'm a matter of fact kind of guy. If I don't like the game, I will not play it. It is as simple as that. I don't care how much money they pay me. You know, some people go, "Oh, well, Kismet, oh man, you take $1 million if someone paid you $1 million to play a game." Not at all, because when you go down that road will forever, you know, what is it? What does he say? Forever lead your destiny or something like that. Yoda from Star Wars. When you go down that road, then the next time you'll trade your values for money. And the next time you trade your values for money. And really, you won't really know until that situation comes to you and say, hey, here's this really sucky game. We're going to give you $1 million to play this game. And you'll think, well, you know, maybe just this one time, right? That's how it always starts. Just that one time. I don't bring sponsors onto my channel that I don't believe in. I don't promote products that I don't believe in. If it's something awesome, hey, I'm down. I love great products. I love the fact that people in my stream don't have to spend 4 to 6 hours like I do on Amazon looking for the right product, right? I do it all the time. I'm in there and I'm looking for a toaster. And I'll be on that. Put a 1 in the chat if you do that. If you're on Amazon for 6 hours looking for like the most simple thing, right? Like a toaster. And you're like, oh, is this the best toaster? This one over here is pretty nice. What about this one? Hold on, let me compare it to this one and that one. That is totally me. I'll be on it for 6 hours on Amazon just trying to find the best product before I buy it. Right? Even if it's like a $10 item. I will spend more time than the actual value of the item. Because I want to get, obviously you want to get the most for your money. Everybody does. Everybody wants to get, you know, they don't want to get a sucky thing. You get it and you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have bought this. I got to return this thing, right? Nobody wants to do that. They want to get the good one. Oh, hello. Everybody wants to get the good one on the first try. Advantage of the jetpack. See, I got up here in a good tactical position. Woo! Look at all this loot over here. Oh, speaking of, I need to get a fusion core. There's usually a fusion core right here. Like somebody grabbed it. Somebody grabbed this too. Oh yeah, they grabbed that fusion core. Whenever anybody comes out here to do the Scorch-Beast Queen, they usually run over here and grab these fusion cores. Whoa, hello. A little bit of mobs trying to get me. So we're just wandering around, having a good time. Having a good time here in the stream. And sometimes I do sponsored events here in the stream. And I appreciate all my sponsors. Sometimes my sponsors allow me to do awesome things. Like give away, you know, 1,000 free desserts. You find me at TwitchCon, I'll give you a free dessert. That's right, from my sponsor, BJ's Restaurant and Brew House. That's right, I have a bunch of epic sponsors. Look at them all down below, right? And why do I have those sponsors? Well, because, you know, first, not only am I the tycoon in-game, but I'm also the gaming tycoon in real life. I work with sponsors and I say, hey, I love what you do. I love your product. And they don't have to give me really nothing for free. I'm, you know, like when I was with Elgato and I was talking with him at TwitchCon, I'm like, you know what, I'll just buy your products. I really like them. I think they're amazing. And I did. I bought the Stream Deck XL. I actually have the lights too, which I still haven't put up yet because I'm always busy doing tons of stuff. But, you know, I'm willing to pay for it. If, you know, you don't want to just go to a sponsor and say, hey, give me free stuff. That's not cool, bro. It's got to be a fair exchange in everything you do, whether it's with people or with other businesses or with sponsors and whatnot. You want to make sure it's a fair exchange. And for me, it's got to be a legitimate thing, too. You can't just say, oh, well, I'm just going to do everything for money, right? Because, you know, that's a dead-end road, I find. Now, of course, you know, if you're hurting for money and you got to get that, you know, that low-end job so you can have food, well, you got to do what you got to do, right? There ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't let nobody try to bring you down because, you know, you're a janitor, you work at McDonald's or whatever it is. You know, you're doing what you got to do. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody in the world right now doing what they got to do. For me, I'm in a lucky position. My wife right now is working to support the family while I do my crazy streaming thing here, and I take every penny and I put it right back into the stream, so I can build up the stream, so I can do kind things for other people and give away kind of fun stuff to you guys, and then I work with sponsors to do fun stuff like that too. Like if you're at TwitchCon, I'm literally going to be walking around handing out free desserts. right? And, you know, those very kind of BJ's restaurant to do that. They have my very favorite dessert called the s.p.e.c.i.a.l. It's like they make a chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to make you guys hungry right now. They make a chocolate chip cookie in an iron skillet. And then when it's still warm, they bring it out to you and they put vanilla ice cream on the top of it. Oh my gosh, or whatever, I guess whatever ice cream you want. Or whatever you want, right? Whatever type of cookie you want. I always get the chocolate chip. And I will be going to BJ's Pizza or BJ's restaurant and probably get some pizza. I don't know. We got some last time. We had a big party last TwitchCon. It was really awesome. I called it the Kismet After Party. I'm not doing it this year. I took a lot to coordinate all of that. It was incredibly fun. We had an incredibly great time. You can check that out on my Discord, by the way. I'll throw that in chat for you guys. If you go check it out on the Discord, you can see TwitchCon from last year. You can see something I call the Kismet Love Train, which is I do something kind for somebody else and they do something kind and something kind. Like I'll raid somebody and they'll take it and they'll raid somebody else and so on. And sometimes those people will go on to become partner streamers and whatnot. I love Bethenza's sense of humor. Yeah, and then, you know, it just goes down the line. It's like Pay It Forward, right? Before Pay It Forward was a thing. Before that was a thing, I was doing that way back in the day. And it works great. It really does. Like I'll go and I'll raid someone, and that person will then take that love on to someone else, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, all of a sudden, all these people are working together to raid each other and help each other out. And then before you know it, all those people are getting partnered. Like a lot of people that I've raided gone on to be partnered before I was partnered, who were smaller channels than mine, and that's okay, right? You want to relish, whoa, hey-oh, you want to relish in other people's success. Look out! Get it before he flies away. Get a few shots in. Where'd that bunker go over here? Now the cool thing about these guys here is you want to get them on the ground. Ah, look at that moment in which my gun breaks. Here they come. Man, I'm so slow on this. T. Whew, bunch of them on me. Getting radiated again. Watch this move. Watch this move. You ready? Down in the little bunker here. They gotta find their way down to me. Right there. I come out after I get my radiation removed, and I come out hot. Right, hear him to the right. There he is. Good. You want to get him on the ground? You want to get him right in the head. Come on, jump down. There we go. Kind of stuck there. And dead. Get that loot. Wow, I had a 50 caliber gun. Get out of my face! Give me that loot. Don't reload. Don't reload when I'm on you. You should go melee like this. Let me show you. Get your melee weapon, and then you hit him in the head like that. See? Don't reload when you got Kismet on you. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're just gonna get owned. Try to teach them, but they don't listen. That's what you do when your gun gets broken. You make sure you always have a melee weapon. I find that melee weapons, even without any perks at all, is hardcore, man. Is like the best thing in the very beginning of the game is to go melee and just own it, man. You just own it early game with that melee. Now, late game, if you know you go bloodied set or that other stuff, you know, those kind of meta sets, which I don't do, but you can really do a lot of damage doing that as well. Pretty fun stuff. Amazon is life. Yeah, man, I love me some Amazon. I've been using Amazon forever. I've been getting 8 to 10 Assaultron Dominators in silos since patch. Could be rather rough if you're low on stims. Oh yeah, Speedy Cat. We did it the other day. It wasn't too bad. Hello, grandfather? Are you projecting your grandfather on me? I'm not a grandfather. My daughters are twin daughters are 11 and my oldest daughter is 14. But I might be a grandfather one day. I hope to still be alive at that point. Which is definitely not the Green Goblin's UFO. All right. Let's see. Better go. I need to shop and cook. I only use an explosive shotgun for destroying mainframe cores and silos. So I will start saving shotgun shells for you, Kismet. I really only keep like 50 rounds on me. A single blast enough to destroy 10 cores easily. Oh yeah, we do that all the time, Speedy Cat. I love doing that. It speeds it up, but then of course sometimes it gets bugged and then it takes forever for it to actually kick in anyway. So you might as well go around and click every single one if it's going to go slow. Got to be careful here, by the way. Don't fall in there or you insta-die. I know it all too well. And then you can't get your junk back, by the way, from in there. All right, we got to get out of here. We got to run back. Let's run back toward the silo here. Where's the thing at? This way. I was going the right way. We're going to run back toward the silo. That's why we're walking so slow. Crouching. And there's a place over here that we can scrap. So I think we got enough flowers for now. Want to make sure we craft them up before they decay. Let's get going. Let's see, Kismet, when you're been doing unique launches, have you recently that all of the robots are just coming up the stairwell from that room in the lower right corner? If you're up at the launch terminal, every single robot in the last 2 launches we've done has come up from the storage area. I think that's just random, Buckman. That's just random, because I've seen them come up at different times. I've seen them come up at different times from different directions. We launched a nuke. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday we launched 2 nukes. As a matter of fact, we double nuked it yesterday. Both Bravo and Charlie we launched, and it seemed okay. I mean, one run was a snooze fest when you're at that end stop. Sometimes there's a lot of robots, and sometimes it's like a big old battle with terminals and all that stuff you're trying to do, and then you're trying to, get rid of all of the turrets attacking you and all of that. Let's just scrap all this. And so on. Scrap all would be great right now. It would be awesome. Because I don't need any of this. This is not my legendaries. We need to turn in some legendaries, too. Get that turned in today before we forget. And get sidetracked. Now here you got to be careful, because you can accidentally scrap your power armor and stuff. And your regular armor. Oh, look, we got something there. Always amazes me that just the thousands and thousands of items that I've scrapped, and I'm still getting stuff, even this long later. And again, I've been playing continuously since the game launched. It's not like I took a break and come back. I've been playing it basically every single week. Usually, 5 days a week or so. But I'm never in a hurry, though. A lot of people get in a hurry. They want to get all the achievements done as quick as possible. They want to get all the stuff done as quick as possible. I'm not in that hurry. Let me bounce back to my camp over here. And I like to keep a very simple camp. I don't make really humongous camps this early in the game. I typically will come back later and do what I call mega builds, where you go back and you build gigantic, massive things. Pretty cool. And they've added and made it even bigger now. Just so you end up actually with a toaster and not a complete set of kitchen white goods. Oh, that sometimes happens too. That happens all the time. BJ's restaurant is good. Chocolate chip is one of the best. Salted caramel is all right. I did try the salted caramel before. It is pretty good. Let's see. Discord. Can we see your camp? Wow, that's foreshadowing, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going there right now. How convenient. How convenient. So I just do what I call a basic camp. Now, usually when I go into different modes with my camp, right? Very early camp, you just want, whatever crafting you can do to repair your stuff. Then later on, what I do is I call the basics, right? There's like the basic build. Then there's like a super build, which is like making me money. And then there's the mega build, the real big one. Usually it's kind of more toward the end of my gameplay, especially in Fallout 4, where I'll build gigantic 3 towers that all connect together with walkways and really advanced things in there, and turrets and walls and all sorts of cool pathing and stuff like that. I will do all that. But as this right here, this is, I guess this is more like a basic build, but it's kind of on the edge of a super build. And that's where I do the Kismet kill box, where I put my turrets around, right, to protect my area. I've got power up here at the top. And then I got the cool new scrapping station, which is cool. We're trying to get atoms the old school way where we just kind of build them up, right? Kind of build them up, you know, as you go. Right, I'm at 460. I think I need like 800. I'm in no big hurry. That's okay. It's okay. I got time. But they got a cool thing in the atomic shop right now that I really like here. Oh, we need 700. So we're getting there little by little. So I really like the fridge and also the scavenger collectron station. I feel like those are very worthy of using your atoms. So very, very cool. I also got my cool little Mr. Fuzzy ride, which is a lot of fun. Let me get out of here. We'll ride him for a minute. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll do early, again, when I first start off, I'll just start with basics. And then what I'll do throughout the game, while I'm talking about my thing. What I'll do is just build a camp that makes it easy for other people, right? To make it people for other people who are in the wasteland, right? Because you know what? I don't have to go and say, hey, look at me, I'm high level, or look at my camp, I'm Mr. Special, right? I don't have to show off to everybody all the time. I don't have to prove how good I am at thing. You know what? The greatest thing, the reason why people watch my stream is because I enjoy playing the game. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I'm high level in real life. I have real life achievements that I can go and say, look, I did all of these things, right? I answer to no one, and really, neither do you. You don't answer to no one either, no matter what age you are, no matter what real life level you are. You answer to no one. You play the game how you want to play it because it's your game. You paid for it. You play it your way. And that's what I do. I play it however I feel like playing. And so I'll build what I call the basic camp here. And that is right here by the vendor. So when people come out, they can go ahead and use this to remove their radiation, which I'm going to do right now. There we go. Remove my radiation, and now it's healing me back up again. They can go to my vending machine and do that. And I've already built larger camps as well. I built big, extravagant ones. And I built a whole lot of purified water here to make a ton of cash and all of that. If everything that you do is around... Oh, get some purified water while we're at it. Is everything you do around trying to impress other people, that's a dead-end road. Just so you know, nobody really cares that you're level 490. Nobody cares that you got a thing, and if they do care, they only care about your superficial stuff. Caring about, now if you say, hey, Kismet, I got level 400. Well, congrats, bro. Hey, good job. Way to do it. But if you use it as a way to prove how awesome you are or how much better that you are than someone else, that's a dead-end road. With me, that'll get you nowhere. I don't care at that point. It's all about how you treat people, right? I like to relish in people's achievements. You know, people I've rated have gone on to be partnered before I was partnered. Of course, I am partnered now. And I like to relish in other people's achievements. But when people like use that against you and say, hey, oh, well, you suck because look at me, I'm the best of the best, and I got this thing, and I got that, and the other thing, and look at how I got my weapons. I got the best weapons, and I got the best perk set up, and I got the best this and that and the other thing. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. You're being a jerk. You're being a jerk. Don't go down that road. But of course, they're your life. It's your life choices. That's a dead-end road. Believe me, I've gone down that road. It leads to nowhere. It leads to all your friends not want to be around you. It leads to people not want to be around you. I say we just have fun playing games. That's what I say. We have fun playing games together. That's what we do. So again, I built a very basic build so people can use my camp. You don't have to run in and out of the camp because I built a big old camp and did all of that like I would do in Fallout 4, right? And again, I built gigantic mega builds. You can check it all out on my YouTube if you want. Boom, right there. In fact, I upload every single stream. I'm the only one I know that does. Every single one. Terabytes worth of videos up onto there because I'm crazy hardcore. I'm also a graphic designer. Been a graphic designer for over 25 years. Worked for some of the top companies in the world. Had to step down from my epic job at Apple. I was a senior tech over there making that cheddar. Working from home, by the way. Pretty awesome job. Working from home. Working for one of the $1 trillion company now. Back in the day, and I had to give up that job because I got sleep apnea and vertigo. I still am considered disabled. I still have disabilities, but I refuse to take disability. One of my doctors told me to lay down and die, and I told them to go screw themselves. So I lost 50 pounds. I started taking better care of myself, and I found something else that I love to do. And I'm doing it right this moment. Hanging out with all of you, playing some games. Can I see your camp? There you go. Early in the game, you're level 170. I was talking about very early in the game. And again, when I'm at level 170, it doesn't matter what level you are. The convenience of the camp is what I process over trying to impress people. You know, look at me. I've got every single thing in the game. Look at that. Hey, congrats, bro. Congrats. But if you're going to use it to, you know, degrade someone else or try to prove how much better than you are with someone else, that's when you've gone wrong. Because I don't care. I don't care. And if you're going to try to come in and troll me and say, Kismet, you suck or whatever, you know what, bro? It's all about the respect in my channel. You can't respect other people, you're gone. I don't mess around. First offense, you're gone. That's it. You're out of there. I don't mess around. Watch those chat rules. Watch those chat rules when you go in there. So there you go. Perfect, says Spike. Yes. You know, this is all I need for a thing. I come in here, I repair my weapon, I do a little crafting, and then I'm out of here. I don't spend all day in here. We might do a little bit at some point, build it out a little bit further. But I just do, oh wait, we've got some magazines to put in our magazine rack while we're speaking. Let's put some Gronach in there. Let's put some Tesla Silence in there and there. Now, the reason why I'm level 170 is not because I went out and said, hey, you know what, I'm going to be high level. I've been level, I don't know, 30 or 40 for like 6 or 7 months in the game because I don't go out and grind out the game. I'm not trying to suck all the fun out of my game. I'm not trying to turn a journey that should be maximum like this into something like this, right? And I don't need to, I'm past the age where I need to impress people by what I do, right? I find that the thing that impresses people most is how much enjoyment you're getting out of the game. I love playing some 76. That's why I play it on the stream. I don't have to play anything. I don't have to play any game I don't want to play. That's what's great about being me, right? And neither do you. You can play whatever you want, right? And play it however you want. You answer to nobody. There you go. What is your special build? I call it the Wasteland Tycoon build. I don't use meta builds like a lot of people be like, Kismet, go bloody, go do this, go do that, what everybody else is doing. No, I like the build where I can make people do whatever I want them to do, like NPCs. And you're like, well, Kismet, there's no NPCs. Well, there's NPCs all the time. You saw them shooting at me earlier. But they're coming out with voiced NPCs in the Wastelanders at the end of the year, as well as, of course, the companions in your camp, which is pretty cool. You can already see I kind of have a companion now, the little robot that goes around and collects stuff. But mine's very heavy charisma based because I work with teams. We do raiding, the new Vault 94, which I absolutely love. They did a fantastic job on that. As well as I run around, I get into trouble with my crew. Also, I use it for selling stuff. So when I'm selling stuff, right, I go into my selling set here and we'll get our hard bargain on, right? When you're lone wandering like I am right now, we'll go ahead and switch over. Where are you at over here? Where's my lone wanderer? L for lone wanderer. Where are you hiding? There we are. I always go right past that. Lone wandering there. And, you know, there's not a lot of stuff. See, I have a lot of perks that are group perks, right? Those are the ones I typically use. So the other ones, when I'm not on there, I use Travel Agent. Maybe one thing of Rad Sponge. But it's got to be, you got to be in your teammate to do that, right? When you revive other players. Well, I might revive players in the world, but I feel like the other thing that's really useful is the camp thing right here, right? So say instead of travel thing when I'm hanging out in my camp, I'll put that in there. Then my hunger and thirst grow 80% more slowly when I'm in my camp or a team workshop. So that's a really good one to hang out with. And I'm very much a charisma build, so I can convince people to do stuff. Also, that's why they call me the Wasteland Tycoon, so I can transfer and make more money on each and every transaction. You can also use your orange mentats to do that as well, but also you have very high charisma, you have high bargain, you're buying stuff for less, and you're selling it for more to the vendor. So you get more out of that 1,400 caps every day limit than typically when you do. Right? Also, I'll put on perks that allow me to scavenge stuff. Farm a farmer, scrounger, can do. Also, things like your thing for, took it off, my green thumb. And that's right, we were unlocking something. I forgot to see. That's why I don't like to have those perks on, the pick lock. I think that once the pick lock, you learn the pick lock, it should become a passive skill instead of you have to switch it in and out, because I always forget to switch it back out. When I'm running around, this is pretty much the set I am. When I'm just running around by myself, I'm collecting stuff like we've been doing tonight. I'll be in Farm a Farmer, so I'm getting that bonus. I'm getting the bonus of Scrounger. I'm getting the bonus of Can Do. Now, of course, I could put each of those at 3 and keep switching them out every time I open up a container, but that gets very old school. Now, I played every different type of way you can play. I played the stealth way. I played the DPS way. I played all of those ways in Fallout 4 and previous Fallouts. Absolutely. I played all the Fallouts since probably before you even knew Fallout existed, because I was lucky enough to work for a company that worked with Interplay, the people who came out with Fallout 1. I knew about it before anybody else because I was working on the packaging for Interplay and all that stuff. I was a pre-press person where they would send in the designs, or I'd work on the designs, and then we'd send it out to printing, so those boxes got printed and all the stuff got printed inside there, like little booklets and things like that back in the day. So I saw Fallout before anybody, before it was even released. And I'm like, whoa, what is this game? This game looks awesome. And I got that game day one. By the way, you just get a lot of swag, by the way. I'd get stuff from the people who were making stuff, right? They go, hey, Kismet, great job on this, man. Really appreciate it. Here's some free games. Here's some free CDs, some free whatever. We got a lot of swag, man. We got a lot of swag in that job. It was pretty sweet. And, of course, I made that big money, too. Made that big money back in the day. Made it very big. So that's pretty much my special build. Very heavy charisma for the good trade. Very heavy strength, so I can carry a lot, so I can get a lot of sweet loot, bring it back, sell it off as well. And very heavy in intelligence, as I, of course, can craft and scrap stuff and all of that stuff. And also do hacking and whatnot I need to do as I go along. Let's go ahead and put our, that's our fusion cores getting low. Put that back on. And I have different sets for different things. And I feel like that is the reason to play Fallout 76. This right here. If you're a Fallout fan, this is the reason to play the game, is the perk system. I feel like every game in the future should be based on this. Should be based on this perk system, because it is nothing short of fantastic. It is the absolute home run in the entire game. It's the biggest win in the game. Now, of course, they've added even more big wins in the game, which, of course, is the legendary trade system, which I'm going to use right now. Where you can take your junk legendaries that you know you're not going to use. You know, somebody might want, but you can also sell them. We'll get into that in a second. But like, I know I'm not going to use this gun. Well, guess what? Trade it in. Get some trade-in points to get some other legendaries that I may need, right? That's actually a pretty decent gun right there. Pretty decent gun. Got some perception on there if you got a perception build, but it's out of there. Black powder pistol. I know I'm not going to use that. Not going to use that one. Machete is a 1-star. Get that out of there. And boom, I just traded in my legendaries for some legendary points, which I'm kind of blocking right now. I have 424. You can have up to 1,000. And then you can trade it in on items that you may need, right? Some actual guns that you might like, right? I feel like that. Oh, look at all that we got. Holy mackerel. All right, let's get rid of all this stuff. I don't keep that much regular armor because I'm typically in my power armor because I love the jetpack. And I could go in and I could use Marsupial and I could use all of those mutations, which I think is another great system in Fallout 76. But I feel like that's another home run right there. The legendary trade system. And, of course, the other home run, the personal vending. So they did a great job on that. Another home run of the game is the fact that you can rename stuff in here. Now they added that in. And not only can you rename it, but you can rename it in your Pip-Boy. You can rename it while you're in the Pip-Boy. So when you're in there, you can just go in and say, hey, I just want to view this. Oops. Hit the right button. I can view this, and then I can inspect it. Say here. Or actually, I can just inspect it from back there. Changing my view. And then I can clear the name, or I can change the name. But notice I can change it on glasses. I can change it on hats. I can change it on all of that stuff that you couldn't do in Fallout 4. You can change anything, and I put a Z on it. The reason why I put a Z on it is so it drops to the bottom of my list, right? There's nothing worse than putting your stuff accidentally into the stash or accidentally selling it. And you got to buy it back and all that stuff. I feel like the number one thing that I would have loved to see in Fallout 4, and then especially in Fallout 76, is the ability to lock stuff. Like a simple function, right? A simple lock function where I could just say, option click, boom, that item is locked. Or even set a function down here at the bottom, right? L for lock. And I hit lock, and then it would never move out of my inventory until I wanted it to move, until I hit L again to unlock it. Put a 1 in the chat if you'd like to see that. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever accidentally put your stuff into the stash or into there on any Fallout before, accidentally sold your stuff because it wasn't locked. Man, that's something I absolutely love to see in the game. Oh, well, we got a bottle caps one, too. Put our other bobblehead in there. See, I love to collect stuff. It's a huge bummer that you can't collect at the level that you can in Fallout 4. Oh, my gosh, look at all those ones in the chat. Tons of ones in the chat. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I feel like it's a huge bummer. Look at all the magazines we're getting, though. We're getting a ton of them. That you can't have more stuff in your stash. Because Everything that you do comes out of your stash. Thank you, Dark Blades, for that host as well. Everything comes out of your stash. So I feel like all of this cosmetic stuff should be in a separate container. I feel like all of your stuff for the stuff that you're selling, separate container, right? And then your stash here in its own container. Now, it'd be kind of nice if, say, they gave us 800 for, our camp, 800 for our selling, and 800 for our general goods. That would be fantastic. I would love that, right? But that's a technical hurdle they'll have to overcome so that the servers aren't unstable, right? That's what they really got to figure out. They got to figure out, the number one thing is the server stability, and they've been working on that. They've been doing a great job. The next thing they need to work on is that stash size. I mean, they got to have their alpha team, the best team they got over there. And if they ain't got that team, they need to hire that team, because that would be the home run of this game. If they just came in on a patch, just randomly too, just without even telling anybody, that would be the best way to do it. Hey, guess what? We added voiced NPCs. We added all this stuff. And oh yeah, by the way, we raised your stash limit to 5,000. Enjoy. Right? You know how much good, positive buzz they would get from that? That would be insane. They would get so much massive buzz from that, knocking that out of the park. So I feel like that's the number one thing they got to do. And I'm sure it's a technical reason. That's the reason why you can't build so much stuff in Fallout 4, is because it will cause the game to become unstable. I actually think about those things instead of just getting on the hate train. And why is it so small? Blah, blah, blah. Right? I feel like that is a big idea there that they need to get fixed. I'm just going to sell all this stuff because I want to make the cash. Look, I'm almost 9,000 caps. I still need more caps. Do you ever have too many caps? I don't think so. I don't think you can. It's just not possible. I'll go ahead and make my radiated flux here before it goes bad. Or stable flux. Again, when you get your flux, your nuked flora here, you want to get this. Oh, I don't have any more glowing mass. Oh, I'm bummed. I'm bummed out. I got rid of all my glowing mass. Oh, well. Now, if you don't have any glowing mass, then you'd have to nuke the White Spring or kill radiated ghouls to get that. So you're better off just to sell it, because it's going to go bad here very quickly. You can see it's already halfway. Let's just ditch it, make the caps instead. Look at those caps. Holy mackerel. You got a lot of caps from that. You want to watch out, too, when you're doing your thing here, that you want to kind of get in the middle here. Now, also, I can craft up this food and try to get double food. Oh, man, I got way too many stem packs on me, too. Way too much food. I also saving up a lot of resources, stem packs and ammo and whatnot for the raiding, because we've been doing the raiding Vault 94. We've done it in normal mode or the novice mode, as well as in the normal mode, aka the standard mode as well. Had a lot of fun. I like the raiding. The raiding is really fun. If you haven't given that a try yet, it is super, super fun. All right, look at all the spoiled vegetables on me, too. I should have sold those. All right, let's downscale my stem packs here. I got way too many on me. There we go. Let's get rid of this. Probably what's weighing me down the most. Darn vegetables. Now, I could turn these vegetables into fertilizer, but it's going to drop it. Now we're looking sexy. All right, we need to look at these notes, too. I got a whole bunch of plans and whatnot. And again, the vending system is awesome, if you can keep yourself from being overweight all the time. So I'm just going to go in here. Whatever the default price is, I'm just going to put these plans in there. And maybe somebody could use them, right? Maybe. We'll see. Takes a little bit to put them in there, as you can see. 5,000 stash size would change. That would make me want to play. See, Yoda, see, what am I saying, right? Right? Make people come back and want to play the game. I'm telling you. I mean, it's still doable. You can still manage your stuff and all of that stuff. I think it would be insanely awesome. I mean, people would lose their minds. I mean, even if it was like, you had 800 and 800 and 800, it was split into 3 800 stashes. I feel like that would be enough, right? If you reduce the amount of people on the server, right? Instead of 24 people on the server, you made it 14, right? Or 16, right? 16 people on the server, but everybody on the server gets 3 different stashes, right? That'd be a way to do it. I mean, hey, I don't just come up with a problem. I come up with a solution. Let's learn all these patterns we got hiding in here. Look at all these things we learned. Oh, I'm always learning new stuff. I've been playing again for almost a year now. I still have new stuff to discover. And this is I only have one character, by the way. I have just one. I love to not just do all the content straight away. I feel like that would be amazing. All right, it's late. I should at least try to get some sleep. Good night, bud. Have a great stream. Good night, Chad. Good night, Spike. Thanks so much for being here. Hang loose, bro. Hang loose. Take it easy, brah. That's a little Hawaiian slash California speak. There you go. I'm from the Cali. I now have the urge to reinstall Fallout 4 and do the settlement stuff again. I know, right, Strange? I have that urge all the time. I have it uninstalled just so it doesn't get me too tempted to go and play it. Though I do love playing me some Fallout 4. I'm not gonna lie. Super fun. All right, so we got that done. We got a whole lot of stuff created. We got a whole bunch of stuff there. What's gonna work a little bit on my camp? You know what? Let's make a few more purified waters over here, so we make a little bit more cash. We got a bunch of resources here that we can burn. I always feel like you want to burn your resources as much as possible. You want to get it going on. Burn those resources because they just take up... I mean, them sitting in your camp doesn't do you any good. It's like having caps, right? If you have 10,000 caps like I do, which I'm going to burn very soon, then it's just wasting space in your inventory. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. I love this thing, though. I love this red rocket. Now I gotta... Let's go ahead and store this. Or actually, let's just move this. Let's move this over here. Let's hide the still in the back. Where the coppers can't see. Hide it out in the forest. Like old school hillbillies. Getting that still out there in the middle of nowhere. There we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and put some more of these down. Now, I love the fact that they added a lot more space to your stash. If you haven't played since the game released, they did add up to 800 in the stash now, so they did give you more. As well as they've added lots of room to your camp. You see, I try to optimize my camp here. I'll probably get maybe one or two more in. Come on, I think we can sneak another one right out the side here. Come on. Come on now. Come on, baby. Give me that one more. Always want that one more, don't you? You always want that one more you try to sneak in there. Not going to give it to me? Another thing you do is just spin this around and see if it goes green. If it does, you know there's a spot there that you can get it going on. Now, I could use the smaller one as well, by the way. Try to sneak that one in there. I don't usually use the smaller ones. By the way, they also fixed the jumping. You know, sometimes when you're running a line, that was really annoying. That was really annoying early game. Is that when you're running a power line and it would make you jump instead of running the power line? That's super obnoxious. But now they fixed that, as you can see. Running it with no problem. Turn my sound off? I kind of feel like I got my sound off. Yeah, I do. Yeah, so we want to make sure they're all running. Now, right now it says this one is now stopped, which is one of my original one, which means I'm out of power. So we're going to need some more power.
What is this? Abraxo scouring for.
All right, we're going to go up here. I'm going to add some more power. Now, my power up here, obviously I don't want people to blast my power or bots and whatnot. And again, one of the cool things about this game is you can just store stuff, right? Same thing you can do in Fallout 4. You can just store stuff like that. It goes into your camp. It's the gray bar up here. It does take up part of your camp stuff. We'll jump down here. And then we'll get out of edit. We'll go and we'll put it in a wall. And I've done, oh man, I've done hundreds and hundreds of hours of building. I mean, a lot of building. A lot of building. And I love to build. Now, if you want to know a bit about building, both it applies here in Fallout 76 and also in Fallout 4. I've got a bunch of guides on my YouTube channel as well called How to Become an Awesome Settlement Overseer, where you can go in and, of course, it tells you a bit about building. It shows you how to do power. It shows you how to do all that kind of fun stuff. I should really make one for 76 at some point. I still have not unlocked everything for the game. Again, never in a hurry. I'm always trying to, get the most out of my money that I paid out of every single game. And I knew this game would have issues on launch, just like every other game. Borderlands 3 right now having issues, right? Fallout 4 had issues, some issues on launch. Not really that much, though. Fairly okay. WoW, back in the day when it was Classic. We're going to be playing some WoW Classic, or Vanilla, as they call it. Wow, that was a dumpster fire when that launched. But eventually, you know, they work it out. They solve those problems. A lot of unforeseen problems they might have hit along the way. And right now, we're going to go ahead and just add another power to the chain here. And, of course, the easiest thing to do is just to chain it to that one. There we go. And then we'll just follow the rest of the chain. And then all of my little purifiers should start working down here if they're all connected to each other. That one's in there. Those are all in there. See, that's going there. That's going here. These should all be powered. See, look. These are all powered down here. And that's telling me something's wrong. There's something wrong in my my chain here. Up to there. I broke the chain somewhere. I broke the power chain. Let's go check it out. This one comes down to there. That one's on. Oh, look at that split. Oh, there used to be something there. Yeah, that's where it is right there. I must have accidentally scrapped something or screwed that up. I screwed that up somehow. Scrap. All right, now we can run a new line there. We can run it from here to there. Yeah, there we go. See, you always want to back chain and follow the line all the way back to the original power to see what the problem is. And there we go. Now, one of the things you want to do in this game, because people, while you're not around, will come up, not just players, but also NPCs, will come up and start shooting your camp. So you want to just, you know, put some walls in there so they're shooting at the walls and not your power. You can do half walls like that, which they're still going to end up, you know, shooting their stuff. We'll go ahead and just scrap that stuff. Like that. I actually find the half walls very useful on the lower level. And then, of course, you can also use the full walls. Now, these walls we stored. You can see I've got 6 of them right there. And one of the greatest things they made a change of is that I can make this into a doorway or I can make it into a window. And if I had it a wall before and I store it and I bring it back out, then I can make it into a doorway or I can make it into a window. I think it's amazing. Amazing system. I think they should definitely develop that even further. I think that was really well done. Did I have a doorway there? I don't think I did have a doorway there. And there we go. So now we got that going. Now we're making even more money. Look at this money now. We got all these purifiers going. And again, you want to go in. You want to just kind of roll over them. See if it's red over there on your power. Now, these say 60 per hour. But that's only if you're sitting here. I feel like they're going to do a maximum of 5. Oh, there's one that's not even plugged in. It's going to do a maximum of 5, I find, in each of these. So you want to be around to take them out of there from time to time. But there we go. Now we got a whole bunch more of those going. And I could build a gigantic camp. I mean, that's awesome that you can, because they made it way bigger. They made your stash limit up there way bigger and all of that. I never feel the need to prove stuff by, let's just store that. By, you know, how big my camp is or how high level I am. And, you know, I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove to nobody. And neither do you, really. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. There we go. The s.p.e.c.i.a.l support for full vendors and your own personal needs. Absolutely. I feel like it's not enough just to even support your character. Because, you know, you want to have a little bit of each thing, right? You know, maybe 30 or 50 of each type of resource so that you can, you know, repair your base, you can repair your thing, you can make ammo, you can do all that stuff. Even just at that level, it's rough. But then on top of that, you know, you're trying to get resources to build up your base and all of that, and then continue to upgrade your armor and upgrade your power armor and repair all of that stuff. You know, that kind of upkeep requires a fairly large storage to do that. And I feel like the thing to do for them to do is that's one of the options they could do is to oof, look at all that loot in there. Is to split it up into multiple different stashes, right? Even if they have to reduce the amount of people on here, or give me a private server. Second, those private. I want to be number 1. I want to be the first person to get the private server. I say, sign me up now. I'm willing to put the credit card down right now. Come on, I'll pay for one right now. But give me one. I will get the first one. And we'll get all you guys in. We'll play on our own private server. It'll be epic. And the first thing I would do, if it was possible, is crank that stash up, right? And even if I had to limit the amount of people who could be on there at the same time, if I had to turn it down to 10 people who could be on the private server, but they could have, 3 times the stash, that's the first thing I would do. The first thing I would do, I would set that setting. Sorry, everybody, only a maximum of 10 people on the server at a time, or whatever would be the minimum to take on the Scorched Beast Queen. I would think about 15, maybe 10 or 15. But whatever gives people more stash limit, I'm on that. Count me in. By the way, rocking my Stream Elements shirt today. Rocking my Stream Elements, my buddies over there. My buddies, my pals. All right, so I think we got that crushed today. I feel like we should probably get in here, though, and try to offload some of the stuff off of us. Let's see. Grenades, we're going to just sell those. What do we got here? Nothing too bad there. Maybe a little too many rataways. Put those away for now. All right, what do we got hiding in here? I always have a bunch of stuff hiding in here. Yeah, gunpowder. I hate this miscellaneous section. It is the worst. Because you just have a bunch of stuff you're carrying around in here. You don't even know it. You're like, why am I so overburdened all the time? It's because all of this stuff in here. Screw it. I'm going to put everything away. There we go. All right. Get our bobby pins back, obviously. We want to have at least, a couple repair kits in case, we're raiding and whatnot. Typically, I have about 10 repair kits. Typically, I have about 100 stem packs and whatnot when you go into that rating. Make sure you go in very heavy because, especially in the higher levels of that rating, it does get pretty hairy. All right. No things, no bobbleheads. All right. Nice. All right. What about our notes? We got a few new notes. Let's put all those away. I keep notes like mementos. Right? Like, okay, I went there and I got that note about the airplane crash. I keep all the tactics. I keep all the things. I still haven't done these. I got like a bazillion of those treasure things in there. I got to get around to them eventually. All right, we got loot. Let's go ahead and scrap all that. Beer bottles we're just going to sell. Let's see. Hard mass. No, we'll keep that. Beer bottles we'll just sell. By the way, if you just picked up the beer bottles alone, there's tons of beer bottles just laying around. You just get caps from that every day, all day. You get tons of cash. All right, let's go ahead and sell our grenades. I'm not going to use those. We did a little bit of grenading today. That was a little fun. Sell that. Don't need to sell any more of that. Bobby pins. We don't need that many bobby pins. There's way too many. You need about maybe 20 at best. At best. I don't break that many. Now, another thing we can do here is we can sell all the stuff that I don't have tagged for search. So we're going to sell all this other stuff, right? The stuff I'm not really using right now. It just makes me money. I like making the caps. I like it a lot. Just sell it all. Screw it. Sell it all, make some caps. Now we're down about 600. Looking good. We can't sell ammo, which is a huge bummer. But we can sell it over here. Right here in our camp. The number one ammo that I sell is typically 5mm. Right, I'll sell that. We can sell some 5.56. Actually wanted to sell that. Why is it not letting me sell it? Sell quantity 14. Huh. Cannot assign this item. Moving it to the stash. Okay. 50 cal. Oh, I've used 30 of 30 slots. Really? Probably from these notes. That's 3,000. This one's 0. All right. So now this is the point where I just go like this. Okay, which ones are worth the most? Let's take out all the 50s. And I just go whatever the default is. Take all the 50s out. Then we can sell the ammo. There we go. It's weird that I already have it, though. I already have 50 cal and it wouldn't let me do it. That's weird. It's the same. It's the same thing. That's weird. It doesn't automatically recognize that I'm putting the same ammo in there, and it should stack that ammo in there automatically. I don't know why it doesn't do that. There we go. Sell 14, and I just sell everything for 1. You know, I'm just trying to help out other people in the wasteland. Fusion cells. Sell it for 1. Mini nukes just weighing me down. Now, all the rest of this ammo, I'll literally just drop it over here for the next lucky person who comes running along here, and they're using, say, 10 millimeter or whatever they're using. Ammo-wise, they'll find themselves a little bit of a present. Just sitting right here. Got to give it a second for it to appear. There we go. And then we can just put the rest of this in here so we're not weighed down with all this ammo, because ammo does weigh you down. There's just not enough room to keep all this ammo. Normally, I would keep a lot of ammo. The backup. Wow, we used at least 1,000 ammo tonight. Nice. I keep a lot of shotgun shells in there too. See, I want to get me another explosive shotgun like the one I have, and then make it purely for Scorch Piece. So that when I'm in, I'm using the Ultrasight Scorch Piece ammo, and then that would really own. The shotgun ammo doesn't weigh that much. It's 0.006. So if I made a bunch of Ultrasight shotgun ammo, it would be pretty sweet for taking on Scorch. Especially with this explosive shotgun ammo. And we'll go run around and we'll look for stuff like that next time. I feel like we want to go ahead and just put it right there. Get a cool shot. Thousand rounds. 5.56 right there. By the way, did you know turrets have different levels? If you didn't know that in Fallout 4, turrets actually have different levels. And some of them are explosive guns, and some of them are explosive bullets and whatnot. If you've ever looked at it, there'll be different marks on it. Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, so on. In turrets, which I always found interesting. It took me a while to discover that, too. I was like, oh, wait, that says Mark. Wait a minute, that's different from the other one. I always thought that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. There we go. Kismet, I might look into Bandolier, rank 2. I think I have Bandolier. Hold on, let's take a look. What's that under? What's that under? I always forget what that's under. I think I have 3. I have 2 level ups. If I don't got it, I can get more of it. What's it under? Strength. I think I got it. I think I already have Bandolier. Maybe I don't. Maybe that was one of the ones I was going to do, but I never got around to. I bet it is. I bet it is. Let's choose a perk. Let's go see. Hey, I'm down for suggestions. I don't mind suggestions. Bandolier, there it is. Ballistic weapon ammo costs 40% less. Let's get it. In fact, let's level it up again. There we go. Let's go level 2. Base accept. There we go. See, the problem is I got to take out one of my shotgun things, right? I got to take out one of my shotgun things to reduce my ammo. But, you know, I could probably just take out one of these. It doesn't matter which one you take out, by the way. They're all 20%. So I can just take out regular shotgunner. Then I can put bandolier in there. But then I got to find something else, like maybe full charge, which my sprinting doesn't take as much of my fusion cores, right? It uses half as much. So you can balance that out. Here we go. All right, thanks. Great suggestion. Great suggestion there, s.p.e.c.i.a.l. Appreciate it. It's necessary when you are someone like me who has 80,000 rounds of ammo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I usually carry a lot of ammo around. That did greatly reduce. Look at that. Look how much it reduced that. I could have used that the other day when I was running around with, 3,000 ultrasight ammo that I realized that I just literally dropped. I just dropped 3,000. What ammo was it? I think it was whatever that weapon was. A gamma weapon. Gamma ammo. I have to look it up to remember what the name of it was. Let's look it up. It was 2mm. So yeah, we made a bunch of 2mm, like 4,000 2mm, and I was just overburdened the whole entire time. I should have my bandolier on. I've seen that perk before. I just keep, I was like, okay, I'm going to get back to that perk. I'm going to get back to it, but then you put it in something else. You know how it goes. You put it in something else. All right, so digging that perk. Appreciate it. That's a great collecting set, too, when you're running around collecting loot and you're collecting tons of ammo. I feel like ammo is like the best thing to make in the game if you want to make cash, because everyone's looking for ammo. Like, I'm always looking for shotgun ammo. So that's one of the best things to do is to make a bunch of ammo, put it in your thing for sale, especially 5mm. Of course, shotgun for me. Not too many people use shotgun other than me. the more kind of fusion cells and fusion cores and all of that stuff, you can make an absolute fortune, more than you can ever make from the vendor, by putting it in your personal vendor and selling to random people. Even if you just came in the game, turn the game on, and then just let your character sit here and hit spacebar every now and again, and let people just buy your stuff, right, from you. It's also recommended not to fully rank cards. Cards give you 10% for me. I would rather save 3 points and lose 15%. You already get 30% from just 2 ranked cards. Yeah, I was talking about that before on stream. When you go in and you do, and plus these cards sometimes don't work, by the way. Sometimes they're like my scatter shot. The fast 30% faster reload doesn't work. Like I'll be running along and I'll be like, reload. Okay, I can fire again, right? It does that all the time. I have to take it off and then go in. Oh, wrong one. And then go in and then put it back on again, because this is the one that cripples. That's the one I want. With a shotgun, it weighs 90% less and you reload faster. Oh, actually, my cripple one is over here somewhere. Basically, you want to go in and do it. But if you look at the upgrade on, again, this is what they're talking about. If you look at it, to do the other points, it's 15. It gives you 5% more damage versus 10% more damage. So it does 20% more damage. But I like to go hot and heavy with shotgun. I mean, it's more than just that when you have all the perks on, right? Because this is 10% extra here. This is 10%. There's 20. And then if I go in and I take all this out, right? This is 30 more than on top of what I've already got. It's pretty substantial. When you're in there. Where's it at? And then scatter shot. And then also I can go in here over here and get my other shotgun, my skeet shooter, which makes it more accurate and, of course, excellent spread. But if you look at it here, I agree with what you're saying, right? This is 10, this is 20, this is 30%. But it's also 10, 20, 30% there. So that's 60% more damage, right? In theory, right? Because you're getting 10% damage to start, and then the other 2 points, you're getting another 10%, which is a diminishing returns if you think about it, right? That's really diminishing returns. Because if you just got the 3 perk cards, you got the shotgunner, the expert, and the master, you'd have 30% more damage for a very minimal amount of cards spent, a very minimal amount of stars. Now, if I was playing through the game again and I was using a shotgun, that's what I would do instead. I would just do the minimum amount of perk, because it would be more efficient. Then you can get other cards like Lead Belly, Aqua Boy. You could get Green Thumb if you're collecting, and of course Farmer, Scrounger, and a whole bunch of those other perks that help you a lot. Like Bloodied Mess is another good one, right? You can go in here and put in Bloodied Mess, so you're doing damage to all the mobs, no matter what weapon you have. You can also go in and use your Scrounger to get more ammo if you're low on ammo all the time. You can use Luck of the Draw, which is one that I really like, which of course helps your, and it procs a lot. It actually helps your gun repair itself when you're hitting another enemy. So your gun doesn't have to be repaired all the time. That can be really inconvenient. But I agree with you in there. It is kind of diminishing returns in there. Have you considered speed dimming mutation? It makes reloading extremely quickly. Well, mine's already set pretty quick, right? I mean, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast reload. I could go even faster with speed demon. But I don't typically, I don't use those mutations. There's no reason why I don't. Just the reason why I don't use food and I don't use buffs like Psycho and all of that other stuff. For no reason other than it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient. I don't feel like going around collecting all of the stuff to make the food that's only going to spoil within a play session anyway, right? Now, if it was, Fallout 4, maybe I would. I used to make a lot of Bloodleaf food so that I get bonus XP, right, while I'm leveling and whatnot. But I feel like it's just not worth my time. And if it's not worth my time, I'm not going to do it. I'm very simple in that way. If I don't feel like it's worth my time going and collecting all of that stuff to make the food, and it can make a difference, though. You can get bonus DPS. You can do bonus radiation resist. I mean, it does give you good perks. It does give you an advantage. But time invested versus return for me. That's just my way of playing. Of course, you can do whatever you want. Serum tryout, you need to get to. I've tried the serums out before, and I know they are pretty nice. You can always do Pharma, Can Do, and Scrounger on when you need it. That's what I do instead. I do that instead. So there you go. You would get 45% more with just rank 2 versus spending 3 more points for 60%. When you actually do the math, I really only comes down to 5 to 7 damage a shot, which is negligible. That could be the difference between life or death, that 5 to 7 damage. Sometimes. Sometimes. Good night, Chashire Prime. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you hanging out in the stream. But I love talking game mechanics. You want to talk game mechanics? Let's talk. But I totally agree. That's one of the things when I ranked him up to level 3 that I realized that, you know what, that it's kind of really diminishing returns, right? So you could go ahead and do that, and then I could be doing another one. I could be doing Basher, right, which gives me more 50% more damage. I could be doing, more like full charge. I could be using less sprinting because I sprint all the time in power armor. I could be using my strong back right now, right, to have more carry weight. Or I could be using traveling pharmacy, which reduces if I'm carrying a lot of stem packs when I'm doing raids and whatnot. That's why I feel at some point you want to have different levels of your perk cards for different reasons. So that's what actually makes duplicates worthy, right? Like when I'm doing a collecting run, right? Sometimes when I'm looking for all the stuff, I'll do a Pharma, I'll do a Scrounger, and sometimes I'll even do a Woodchucker here just for wood, right? If I'm looking for specific things, because I find that it procs, just about as much when you have it on a 1-star than when you have it on a 3-star. Now, if I'm really trying to give myself an advantage, well, then I'll go into Scrounger and I'll go to 3-star and see if it's more of an 80% chance, right? But I feel like it's just easy just to do the 1-star. Now, the thing that you definitely want to be on 3 is the Super Duper. The Super Duper, I feel, is the best crafting card in the entire game. It's going to give you a chance. There's only 30% chance, but it procs a lot of getting double of whatever you're making. So if you're making ammo, first you use your Ammo Smith, which gives you double the ammo, pretty much. And then you use Super Duper. So instead of making 11 shotgun shells, I'm making 21 shotgun shells, right? Which is just less than double. And then you go and you get Super Duper, and if that procs, now I'm making 42 shotgun ammo every single time. I mean, that's where it's at right there. And that's why I do a very heavy, charisma, strength build, and then just try to put the other ones just enough so I can get a max level rank card, like a 3 rank there, 3 rank in perception. I feel like 3 in each of them are like a minimum, so you can use those max rank cards. I don't think I've gotten any cards that are above rank 3 right now in perception. I don't know if there even are ones in there. But I don't really go very heavy perception usually. But again, there's so many different combinations. That's what makes the perk system so awesome, right? You can do a whole lot of those different combinations. And I even, as you can see, I even have heavy guns. I even went in and tried heavy guns to see how that would go. And the heavy guns are the same way, right? You gain 20, you gain 40, you gain 60. What do you gain for the least amount of points where you gain 20? But here it's actually doubling, right? It's going from 20 to 40 and then 40 to 60. Wait a minute, it didn't double that time, right? So you got it doubling 20 to 40. So maybe a 2-star in this one is more worth it. And then not so much worth it in the gain into 60, though you are gaining 20 into 40 and then 20 into 60. I felt it would have been more worth it if you gained 80, right? If it doubled and then doubled again. That would have been more worth it, right? And again, that's a lot of fun game mechanics there. You're getting kind of a better return there, but not as good as that. Do you use heavy weapons? I have used heavy weapons before. I have used the Gatling gun. I've used the heavy 5mm. I've used a bunch of the heavy weapons and tried it out. On the Scorched Beast Queen, mostly. I feel like a really good heavy weapon that's adding a whole bunch of damage and whatnot. Like right here again, your explosive, right? You start with 10, but 10 is your best reward, right? Because you're only using 1 star, it's giving you 10 reward. Just like what Speedy was talking about. If you're using heavy guns, you would the same thing, right? You want to go in and you want to just use just the 1 star of it. So you're only spending 1 star, you're getting 10%. And across over all of those cards, right, there's 20%, right? And then over here, you got Heavy Gunner, and there's 30%, just like in the shotgun shells. Again, I played a lot of Fallout. I love to know the deep game mechanics. So for the most efficient is to get that 30%, than to just get another 5% and another 5%, which is another 20%, which costs you 2 more points, right? It's really not worth it, but that's what you do in your first playthrough. You go in and you try different stuff, right? You try different stuff. And I've tried, different things. Normally, I would be rifle, by the way. Normally, my normal build in Fallout 4 is the combat rifle. Why? Because the Overseer's Guardian is a 2-shot, double projectile, which is awesome. It's a 2-shot weapon. And it is incredibly deadly early game, right? It is just the absolute best weapon early game. Actually, it's my favorite weapon in all of the Fallouts now. Because you get it very early on. First, it says Overseer on it, because Overseer Kismet. And then also, it's a double shot weapon. So, literally, very early game, by 15, 20 or so, I got a gun that's shooting at 188. I mean, very early game, maybe 40, 50 as you get in those higher levels. And, of course, you're getting the rifleman perk, because it is a combat rifle, not a combat shotgun. And then you're getting that rifle level damage on a gun that's a double projectile, and literally you just start headshotting everybody in the game. You win. That's it. You get the Overseer's Guardian, you've already won the game. You don't even need to play the rest of it. You just say, I won, walk away. But I play the rest of it because it's really fun. But I go around and I just annihilate everybody. I annihilate everybody with that Overseer Guardian. And I don't even need to put the scope on it, right? I'll just aim. Somebody will be up there. I'll just put the little green dot, because I use the kind of red dot, but there's kind of a green dot in here, right? I use the green dot, right? I'll just put it right on their head. Boom! And snipe them from real far away with the combat rifle. Because the combat rifle can shoot really far, and it still retains its high level of damage. And then, of course, when it's close up, same thing. You can use it as like a shotgun, right? Real close. Look out, bam, 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 and wipe them out. I feel like the combat rifles is the next kind of thing that I'm going to try and I will probably do that very thing that we just talked about there with the game mechanics, right? Instead of going very heavy in rifles, which I'm doing a little bit of rifling, I think, right now, or did I? No, I just been building stuff up to try it. Where's my rifles? Why am I in intelligence? Perception. I'm in the wrong one. Perception. See, with combat rifles, I haven't built those up, right? See, combat rifle, you're getting your 10%. And then over here, again, expert rifleman. Got my 10%, but I didn't upgrade it, right? And again, that's a great point, right? That's a great point. Glowing sight, 20, 40, but doesn't go to 80, right? So that'd be better as a 2-star, or maybe even a 1-star. Glowing green thumb, by the way, is a great way to just make cash in the game. Very early game, like level 1, green thumb. Walk around, pick up a bunch of plants. You're getting double the plants, which means you're making double the caps. Very early. I feel like if I had to do it all over again, my first playthrough, you're experimenting. You're trying different stuff out. You're shifting your points around, which you can do at higher levels. But once you kind of understand the mechanics, then, in your next playthrough or, in the future, you can better balance all of those perks, right? So, yeah, hey, I might go back to that. I might go back to a lesser thing. Now, I would probably do that if I get the double shot shotgun. That's when I would do that with those perks. I would go ahead and downgrade those. If you even can you even downgrade those? Can you? I would imagine you could. I could imagine you get another master shotgunner that's only a 1-star and do that. Because, you can usually do that with a lot of stuff. Some stuff you can't. I forget which ones they are that you can't do it. Really, the 1-stars are the ones that don't show up again. Kismet is an OG. I am the OG. I'm the original gamer from back in the day. I have an explosive combat rifle that you can have if you want it. I prefer lever actions and gauze rifles. Yeah, the gauze rifle. That's what I had, Speedy Cat. I had a 3-star gauze rifle that I was using, and then I made a ton of ammo for it, and I got so overburdened with that ammo. That's what I should have done. I should have used my bandolier. I should have used that for it. But it works great, man. I was doing like 800 damage. Like, the thing, it was ultrasight ammo, too. So, against Scorched Beast, you can go back and watch it on previous stream when I was in there doing a cash run. I literally would aim at somebody, and I would take their head clean off, and I'd do like 800 damage in one shot with a gauze rifle, with a sighted gauze rifle with ultrasight ammo. So, you can get up there to really, really high damage. And you're like, well, Kismet, why haven't you got all the ammo and done all of the things? Because, I'm in no hurry. What am I in a hurry for? And again, I don't look stuff up on wikis, and I don't go and say, oh, well, what's the ultimate set? Which one does the ultimate damage and all of that stuff? I want to discover that on my own. I want to go in and spend that time. Now, I don't mind, talking game mechanics and whatnot at this point since I'm past max level. But I like to discover things the old-fashioned way by making mistakes and saying, oh, well, that wasn't a good set. Let's try a different set. Let's try a different thing. What about if I do this? What about if I do that? What if I craft this? What if I use this stuff with this and that and the other thing and how that interacts and all of that? I feel like that's like a good 50% of any game, maybe as much as 80% of a game, is all of those moments, right? All those moments of figuring things out and trying different stuff. Same thing with Skeet Shooter over here, by the way. You might be better off with just a one star. A lot of this stuff you'd be better off with just a 1 star and then stacking multiple 1 stars, right? Like stacking, a bunch of 1 star riflemen's, and then you go in and you're stacking, of course, over here. You're stacking your bloodied mess over here. See, this one's again 5%, 10%, 15%. So I feel it should be 5%, 10%, 20%, because then it's doubling. Right, 5% to 10, 10 to 20. But the best point return would be a doubling, right? The 10%. And then the third one, not so much. Right? And if you do the math, all that stuff, you can really get into it. A lot of people do that. They get into the math. I like doing that. I like getting into the math of what all your perks are and how they interact with each other. I find that a lot of fun. Now, sometimes I just have perks on because I forget to put them on. Like Scrapper, I forget to put that back on again, right? Like Hard Bargain, I'll forget to put that back on again when I'm selling stuff. So, I want to have better sell rates. And of course, you can set up, they have mods that allow you to do whole entire perk sets, which I think should have been in the game. I feel like that's something they should actually take that mod and add it to the game. So you don't have to have a mod. It's part of the game. You can click on it. It changes your whole entire set for you. I feel like that's like a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer to add that to game, for sure. There you go. 1,300 damage. Look at you go, bro. Look at you go. That's the way to go, Speedy Cat. Try stuff out. And see, not only do I use weapons for the max damage, for the damage that they do, but I use the weapons for fun. I like the shotgun. It's my favorite weapon, right? And again, I could use combat rifle, but right now my combat rifle hasn't been giving me as good a return as my shotgun here. Now, the other reason I use the shotgun is the crippling effect of the shotgun, right? When a Scorch Beast is running at me, or a ghoul, or an Assaultron, I just blast him a couple times, and because I'm doing so much scatter damage or multiple damage, one of those is going to proc a crit, right? One of those is going to proc a crit, and boom, disable. Now I can go around and shoot all the glowing mobs, which we've done many times before over here at the White Spring. It's pretty awesome. We would run around the White Spring, and I might have been the one that got that nerfed. They might have saw it on stream. But I would go around the White Spring, and we would just go around there, and we get 40 to 70 legendaries every single time. And not only am I getting it, but everybody in my crew. And all of you who are running around with us, all the people on the server, because what I would do is I would just cripple them all with my shotgun, and then everybody get a shot in, and then we'd all kill them, and then everybody's getting the loot. Even if they're not in party, just random people that we don't even know, everybody getting 40 to 70 legendaries, and we would just run the White Spring. It was super fun, too. It kind of sucks that they massively nerfed that, but that was a lot of fun. I'll have to try again, though. Maybe we'll try that next time. We'll launch a nuke at the White Spring, and we'll run around and see if it's still super nerfed. We'll see. We'll see. But you bring out some great points there, Speedy Cat. That is true. That is true. Diminishing returns on some of those cards is an absolute fact. Absolute fact, big time. All right, let's get in here. Let's get it going. And again, you can go bloodied set, so you're getting that ultimate thing and keep your health really low. I don't like my health to be low for any reason, even if it gives me more DPS. I don't like it to be low. I don't like to, be in there battling. And I know a lot of people I see using the bloodied set, I usually end up going over there stem packing them because all of a sudden they'll take a hit that just knocks their health down too fast for them to heal it, or they don't have the armor that procs and does a stem pack for them straight away. That's a really good combination with the bloody set, by the way, is something that's going to proc a stem pack if you get too low health. But it happens all the time. My crew will be running around, they'll die because they're using the bloody, they'll be really low, and then I'm over there stem packing them. But that's okay. They're doing high DPS. It's just like running WoW, right? Playing some WoW. Well, we need to get into some WoW. I've been doing this for 4 hours, man. This game is so fun. I get so addicted to any. It doesn't matter which Fallout it is anyway. I get into any Fallout and I'm all in it, right? I could be playing for an endless amount of time till the sun comes up, for sure. But I do want to play some other games. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.